When exiting, there are no black women coaches currently in the WNBA. And everybody trying to stomp on each other. It's reckless for Matt to dismiss it as a cash grab. They're I always just like, I know it's awkward, but I always like to check to make sure it looks good. Okay, it does. I am scarred from that.
You were just staring.
I know. Welcome to the No Bull Podcast, or welcome back to the No Bull Podcast. I'm your host, Brianna Bull, and I'm bringing you everything basketball. Because if you know bull, you know ball. Okay, so final episode of the year. And it's a special one because I have my mentor, my friend, my coworker.
Oh, yeah.
Mel here joining us. Yay. Oh, wait, hold on. I always got to do the... Go ahead, say hi. I got to do the... Glad you're here.
I knew that's what you was looking for. Yeah. What's good?
Make sure you check the comments. Hey, Tulip, welcome to the chat. Make sure you check the comment. I tagged Man Down Sports, the link to the channel. Make sure you go and subscribe. Every Friday we all get together and it's a blast and we talk nothing but basketball. And also Mel does some solo shows. Mel, do you do a solo show and talk football too?
I kind of tied in there a little bit sometimes. Mostly Shador Sanders though. That's most of what I be talking about.
Shador. They got a lot of stuff going on.
Nah, for real.
Yeah.
They do.
But okay. I'm excited. This is episode 53. I am still on that road to 700 subscribers. I'm about 2 away. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe, drop a like. And as always, make sure you drop your take. Like if you're not going to subscribe and you're not going to like, I care about it, but I mostly want you to join the conversation and put your take in because it only expands and it gives us more to talk about. No matter how egregious they are, just make sure you're kind. Okay. Just they don't be kind.
Nah, it be some mean ones in there, but hey, you gotta roll with the punches, man. I done heard it all, man. I done been all types of bald headed little bills and you know what I mean, and a whole bunch of mean stuff, man. It's all good.
I saw a post how Tupac was really that guy because he was like 26 and he was bald and he was still getting all the girls.
I think he was bald by choice though. I don't even know if he was bald for real.
That's what I'm saying. Own it. Tie the bandana around your head.
Yeah. I think he had a receding hairline for sure though, but.
Well, I'm excited today for the topics that we have. Yes, you only see 3 segments on here, but they are going to be very in-depth conversations. And I'm looking very much forward to that final one that you see up on the screen, which is the People's Choice. It's a brand new segment that I have introduced since I got on my social media and I asked people, hey, what kind of basketball topics do you want to talk about? I did not expect so many people to have a lot to get off their chest or they're very interested in us discussing. So I looked at them and I pulled a few, quite a bit, and we're going to talk about that later on. And if you haven't already, make sure you drop any takes. We could definitely talk about them again in the next episode. So we'll kick it off first, though, because this is a very hot topic, which is the NCAA new eligibility rule. And for those of you who have no idea what's going on, or you're new to the scene, or maybe you've been reading up on it and it still hasn't really clicked to you what is actually happening. Because for me, I was a little bit confused, so I had to do more research. So I wanted to just, you know how I am. I always want to educate you and break it down, make it as simple as possible so that we can have the conversation about some things that maybe will have drastic impacts in the future. So at the most basic level, college athletes get 5 years to play 4 seasons. Once you enroll full time and that 5-year clock starts ticking, you can redshirt. We all know what redshirt is. If you're basketball, you know what that is. You can missing time with your injury. But at the end of the day, you don't get unlimited seasons. Now, where things have gotten a little confusing is with the transfers and the introduction of NIL, which began in I believe it could be June or July, but it happened in 2021 was when NIL, when athletes can start earning money from their season. And in addition to NIL, there have been certain legal pressures that have came down on the NCAA regarding the NIL and eligibility. So players are coming from junior colleges, overseas leagues, and different divisions, and the NCAA is now deciding everything on a case-by-case basis, whether those seasons should count. And for some they will, and for others they won't. On top of that, the NIL changed the stakes completely. So when eligibility ends now, it's not just that your basketball stops, but the income stops as well. So players are fighting for extra years, arguing that the system shouldn't cut them off right away as they reach their peak value. And instead of the NCAA rewriting the rules, I think they're doing some type of patchwork with waivers and clarifications where some players are getting relief and some aren't. And also, there's certain circumstances are being called into question, like G League players being eligible to play in the NCAA. There's also been rumors going around regarding NBA players being eligible to then go back to college and play and continue to earn more revenue from the NIL. There's also been federal lawsuits challenging the NCAA's eligibility rules. For example, the Pavia versus the NCAA case, where a player argued that counting junior college seasons against eligibility is unfair, especially when it impacts their NIL earnings. A judge actually granted preliminary decision in Pavia's favor, forcing the NCAA to let him play this season while the legal fight continues.
Sheesh. Wait, hold on. Can I jump in real quick?
Yes.
Do you agree with that? That the JUCO years should not count against your eligibility for an athlete?
I personally don't agree with that, because people are like, is JUCO still considered college? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
It is.
And so I think because NIL is now involved, obviously I want to see people get paid. However, when you start involving money, then people start wanting to jump through loopholes. And then that starts having long-term effects that we're not really aware of or thinking about for the future.
Yeah.
In the state of the game, essentially. And I know you cut in, and I want to hear your thoughts. I promise. I'm almost done, but I just wanted to lay the foundation, hear your thoughts, and then we'll go into what the president of the NCAA had to say about it, because this isn't the last we're going to hear about this. Besides that one case, it was the House versus NCAA, and it became a national coverage, resulting in the NCAA having to pay, what's it called, like back pay. They have to pay $2.8 billion in back pay to players that were supposed to be eligible to receive money and did not. What is that kind of pay called?
It's back pay.
It's back pay, yeah.
Yeah, it's probably another name for it too, but
there's another name for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and what I think is happening now that this new rule has come is they're trying to, they as in NCAA is kind of retaliating to the judge's rule over that, even based off of what the president recently said and how he said it. Charlie Barkley, like the way, I think how he said it is them now looking for loopholes, because they're like, okay, if we have to pay all this money back to people, it's only a matter of time before we continue to get sued. It's just opened the door to getting them more vulnerable to lawsuits and players trying to circumvent the process. Players or even schools. So, what do you think about that so far?
Exactly what this guy said on screen. Like, shouldn't no daggone grown man be in college? I mean,
no.
Well, I wouldn't say a age thing. If you still got the eligibility, you got the eligibility, right? You know, so if you're 26, cool. You want to go back and play. Obviously, you got somewhat of an advantage, but you also at a disadvantage as well. You're not, you're not a spring chicken no more. It's different, right? You know, so I wouldn't mind it. I mean, we seen Chris Winkie go back and play for Florida State, and Chris Winkie was like 24 in college, old quarterback in college. So it is what it is. But when these guys are going to the pros, like right now, I think is a case where someone got drafted. He got drafted like number 31. He wasn't in
Mhm.
the lottery, but he was a first rounder who got drafted. I think ended up in maybe the G League.
Oh, yeah, you're
And
talking
now,
about Najee? James
yes,
Najee? Yes.
yes, yes. And
He didn't
now,
actually sign a contract. So, yeah,
but the old rule used to be if you sign an agent, you're no longer eligible to play college basketball.
got
And this
it.
dude got drafted. He went beyond
Right,
signing an agent. He got drafted and probably went and try and practice with a team and did preseason. I mean, not did pre-draft workouts, all of that stuff. He did the whole shebang. In
right.
the old times, that'll make you ineligible. You can't come back to college once you do that. Because
Yeah,
now you're a professional. So yeah, having professionals come back and play a year or two with a college, I don't think that's cool.
I don't think that's cool. I don't think it makes it fair. It takes away from the experience overall, not just the impact of the game, but the experience. Like, I remember being 17 and in the locker room, and yeah, the seniors, but they're what, 21? It's not
Mm-hmm.
like I'm in the locker room with a 26, 27-year-old. And I know times are different, times are changing, but it's
And
not
20
it's
and 21 was a big difference between your 17, correct? Even though it's 4 years, like the different, like first of all, they can drink, they can go to different clubs that you can't go to. You just
right,
got out of high school, you're not experienced, you're 17, you're not even an adult yet,
right.
so it's a huge difference. Now think about being 17 and having a 25-year-old that played in the G League come back and, hey man, I want to get on this squad and y'all play the same position. That's
Exactly.
that's
And
unfair.
it's unfair, and having the NIL would incentivize any grown man who maybe has to take care of his family at 27. No
Correct.
offense to the baby fathers out there, but I'm just saying, if they get into that position, then they're like, "Oh, here's a loophole. I could just go back in college because I have 2 years of eligibility since I left early thinking I was going to go somewhere."
Correct.
We would love for anybody to get a second chance. We want to see people get paid, but you doing it, that means a million other people should be able to do it. And when you start scaling it, it stops making sense. It stops
Mm-hmm.
being fair overall,
Yep.
grand scheme. And again, when they make these rules like they made in 2021, these are things that the NCAA did not think about. So now they're faced with these legal battles, and they have to shift. So I'm gonna pull up on the screen what the president Charlie Barker, and Charlie Barker became president in December 2022. So a year after they decided on the NIL, that's when Charlie became president. So he's been president of the NCAA for the past almost 4 years, heading into 4 years, kind of 3 some years.
Mm.
Okay. If it's hard to see, I'm just gonna read it. But the NCAA was not. This is what Charlie said. The NCAA has not and will not grant eligibility to any prospective or returning student athletes who have signed an NBA contract, including a two-way contract. As schools are increasingly recruiting individuals with international league experience, the NCAA is exercising discretion in applying the actual and necessary expense bylaws to ensure that prospective student athletes with experience in American basketball leagues are not at a disadvantage compared to their international counterparts. Rules have long permitted schools to enroll and play individuals with no prior collegiate experience mid-year. Keyword is mid-year. And then secondly, this second part is the most important. While the NCAA has prevailed on the vast majority of eligibility related lawsuits. So that tells me they've been getting sued a lot.
Sheesh.
It's crazy. Recent outlier decisions in joining the NCAA on a nationwide basis from enforcing rules that have been on the books for decades without even having a trial are widely destabilizing. So obviously he does not agree with the recent rules that have come into play regarding the current state and nature of the NCAA, because once people start hollering antitrust laws,
Mm-hmm.
that's when the NCAA is like, okay, they're going to start making changes based on a federal law, not necessarily the culture that's best for sports in general. And so
Correct.
he said, I will be working with D1 leaders in the weeks ahead to protect college basketball from these misguided attempts to destroy this American institution.
Mm.
So I was like, ooh, I wanted to talk about that. What do you think?
Um, first, I'm gonna backtrack a little bit
Okay.
because I don't feel bad for the NCAA at
I
all
don't either.
because
At all.
even with all these lawsuits they've been, you know what I'm saying, you said they just settled one that was like 1.8 of back pay.
2.4
Um
billion.
two, you said
2.4 billion.
yeah, that's crazy.
It's
So
insane.
that's a crazy number. However long the NCAA has existed,
Yeah.
that's how long that I mean they've been getting money hand over fist from athletes, and the only thing they was offering was classes and courses because the people who really sell the product and
Right.
and put these schools on TV, they're not in it for the degree of the school. Not I probably say probably 85% of them are not there for the degree or the classes. They're there to go professional, right? So they're trading them an opportunity to play for a school so they can showcase their talent, so they can go pro. They're not trading their skills for a degree, right? But that's the
Right.
only thing they're offering these kids. But on the back end, they're making money from sponsors, from TV networks, from boosters, all types of the Vegas is like they're getting money hand over fist. So that 2.4 billion that they had to pay in back pay is really pennies when you think about how many players they owe money,
Mm-hmm.
and how much money they've made over the course of 100 years. Like, I mean, it's insane. I'm pretty sure the NCAA as a whole, because I think some of these schools are bringing in probably billions a year. So
Oh, for
the
sure.
NCAA as a whole is probably bringing in, I don't know, probably for the last 25 years they probably been bringing in hundreds of billions.
They have to. I mean, there's men and women, and
Mm-hmm.
then the merch. It's so
Mm-hmm.
much. It's so much.
Yeah,
It's insane.
too much. I mean, I got on the Colorado shirt
Yeah,
now.
you
You know
you
what I mean?
definitely do. That's funny. You know,
Insane.
I think so. The question I have in the lower third is, should eligibility be case by case? And that's the patchwork I was referring to earlier. Um, the now the response to these lawsuits, and not only, okay, I'm going to be working with coaches, the president, state, but now it's, well, we're going to look at everything case by case. I really want to know, is that fair? Is that a great strategy for the best they could come up with right now, and the things that had to change? I did see that they're still facing certain challenges. For example, red shirting. There's proposals to eliminate traditional red shirting that's being discussed. And then there's also maintaining the 4 seasons and 5 years rule.
4 seasons in 5 years.
They're questioning the eligibility clock's application. Um, so yeah.
That's a good question. 4 seasons in 5 years. So here's what I would say.
Mhm.
If by case they mean that they have a rule, and then if you can prove that you're an exception to that rule, then we'll review it at some type of board and decide like that. And I agree with that. But if it's no rule and it's just a free for all and we're just looking at every case individually, I think that's not. Um, it might appear to be transparent, but I don't think it's really transparent because I mean, there's no two situations that's gonna be the same. But if they're similar, if me and you got similar situations, and they review it by case, and yours get approved and mine get disapproved, but it's very similar.
Right.
That's not enough for me to understand why mine didn't get approved. It's gonna cause a lot of confusion, right? So it
Okay.
has to be a
Yeah.
concrete rule. This is what we're trying to achieve. And if you're an exception to that rule for whatever reason, let's say maybe I don't know, you was, you got injured, or you was, you went to the military or something like that. It's an exception to every rule for sure. And as long as they're doing it like that, I'm okay with case by case, if they got a concrete rule in place.
Yeah. Well, again, the NIL is a game changer. The NCAA has established new eligibility rules that have resulted in pretty much case by case basis. However, they are still on ongoing conversations on how they're going to navigate whether a player their current eligibility. And the president right now is focused on the landscape for the long term. Listening to Charlie Barker talk, I kind of I respect it. I don't see any malice behind him because I always question big guys. I do. I question people in positions like that all the time. I don't just trust them right away. Like
Yeah,
I don't trust Adam and I don't trust Kathy. So I was looking at
man.
Charlie like, "What's up with you, Charlie?" But it does seem like he really cares about the basketball culture and the nature of it. But I also want to know if he's coming and he wants to protect it from federal government interception if it would have a long-term impact on the game and the experience for a college athlete. I just hope he's not masking saying that with any underlying reasons, but I haven't found those yet. I don't see it yet, so I'm gonna give him a pass for now. But I'm keep my eye on Charlie. um, any last thoughts? Anyone have any comments that they want to discuss before we move on to the All Star? We spent a
What you
decent
think
amount
about
of
that
time on this
comment on
topic.
Stan?
People wanted college athletes to get paid, but making them millionaires was a mistake. That's a case by
I mean,
case basis.
how many of them become millionaires other than the top? You know what I mean? Shador Sanders is one. You know, he was a millionaire. I
Yeah,
mean, but where's the example of someone becoming a millionaire being a mistake?
I think anytime money is involved, things get a little messy. They get a little dicey, and integrity could be compromised here and there. That's the only type of mistake I would see with money in general.
Mm-hmm.
But to your point, I don't know who's making. They're probably making tens of thousands of dollars. They're
Yeah,
probably, you
yeah.
know, and that's life changing for someone at that age. I mean, I remember when I was in college playing basketball and just having an extra 10K probably would have changed my life. And this
Yeah.
was 2014, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So,
And, here's what I would say. And the people who say it was a mistake for these kids to get paid, and for these coaches that's been in the league or been coaching 30 years, it quit like Nick Saban and guys like that, that just quit as soon as because NIL was a problem for them.
right.
Uh, I wouldn't say it was a mistake. I would say that it evens the playing field for a great player and the coach because back then
Mhm.
you could get on the coach bad side and all of a sudden your career could be over.
Yeah,
You get what I'm
this
saying?
is
There's
very
nothing you can
true.
do. You on the
Yeah.
end of the bench, you know, he just don't like you, and it's a wrap. And it makes it hard for a student that's in a situation with a coach that's abusing his power. Now, for everybody who's playing everything the way you're supposed to play it, you know, I feel for them. But for the people like Nick Saban that go and get, I got the top program in football, and he'll go and get five running backs, the top five running backs in the country, and
And
have them
don't
on
even
all on
play.
one roster, and have two of them playing, and the other three just sitting at the end of the bench. And hey, man, you gotta wait your turn and all that stuff. And now you stuck because if I try to
Yeah.
transfer, he's gonna badmouth me and ruin my name, so I can't transfer. I'm scared. Like Cam Newton almost got caught up with that with playing behind Tim Tebow with Urban Meyer. And he was like, I
Mhm.
knew I was better than Tim Tebow, but I was never going to get a chance. And that's not what he told me when I showed up here. You get what
Right.
I'm saying? So
Absolutely.
he had to go to a JUCO just to come back to Auburn, but he got lucky. He got lucky. Like
Not everybody, right.
exactly. So with the transfer portal and NIL and all this stuff, these kids are now saying, look, man, F you. Like, you're not about to play with my whole 4 years. I go hit the transfer portal and go. And they offer me more money anyway.
Actually a great point. But based on the direction that the NCAA might be taking towards this, I think this is gonna force players to make them feel like they are even more stuck. This actually could change the recruiting game because although they say your coaches are banned from saying, "Oh, you'll get NIL money," because you're not supposed to say that, by the way, according to their laws. You're not supposed to tell
Mm,
a player they can get this much money if you come here. They put that in place.
yeah,
However, doesn't mean that's not happening. But if you are a
correct.
player that got promised things and now you're stuck, and then they already added an additional rule, well, if you transfer X amount of times, then you lose the money too. It's going to get a lot of players stuck. And that can have a drastic impact on the game that we're not even possibly thinking of.
Mm. Hey, y'all, do
Uh,
me a favor. If y'all sending cash apps, please go watch the show from Noble channel and send the cash apps there because this is her stream. I'm just sharing it on Man Down. But thanks for this super chat. This only got out of hand when people started looking at the game wrong. Most people graduate 4 to 5 years. They were looking at the one and done like everyone is one and done. Hmm.
they are looking at the one and done like everyone is one and done. Right.
So
They're
I guess
definitely
the
not
people
here
that's
with
getting the most
everyone.
NIL are the athletes that are one and done type athletes. Then that's
Ah,
mostly for
okay.
basketball.
One
That's mostly
year,
for
so that
basketball.
I see what you're saying. 1 year and now they're drafted.
Yeah,
Is what
they
you're
now those
saying.
type of players are definitely getting NIL money, right?
Yeah,
If you got one and done talent, you getting the NIL for
absolutely.
sure, for sure. I think Cooper Flag might have had his New Balance shoe deal while he was at Duke.
I think he did. I think they were wrapping that signing up his senior year.
Yeah, no. His senior year high school. Yeah, it's unreal how good that kid is, though,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? They've been
Oh,
on him
this
since
dude, this
for a
dude was
minute.
17 at Duke, dog. Like, look, he's so good. His twin brother, I think, just graduated high school this year.
Hmm.
That is his twin, though.
No, like I hear you. I'm saying,
You know what I mean? So I'm so good that I'm in college a year early, and
yeah.
in the league, God,
In the league, the number one option on the team too
that's
is insane
insane, dog.
with all stars
That's
around
insane.
him.
And I
It's
and I
insane.
had Ace Bailey graded above him in college, all the way up until like uh the when I watched him play in the tournament before the season was over, and then that's when I flopped it and
Yeah,
put him one and Ace Bailey two.
I just liked his fortitude, man. He didn't really miss any games, and even when he went down on an ankle, he still came back. He gave
Yeah,
it his all. It's like he doesn't. He cares about basketball. That's what I like about him.
yeah, yeah.
Um. Oh yeah. I see. Bruce also said this option to send a super chat here is not available. Yeah, I'm almost there though. So
Oh,
please
you know
drop a
what? I
like, drop a
forgot.
subscribe.
I forgot.
It's
My bad,
okay.
Bruce. I
It's
wasn't even
okay.
thinking. I wasn't even thinking. Well, I send you these cash apps.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
listen.
If
You know
y'all
I don't
whatever
care
y'all
about
send in cash app, I'll send it to Bree.
I don't care about them. I appreciate it though. But Bruce says schools made NIL toxic because they make college athletes properties. I mean, I think I think it becomes yes, we got to give people value. Maybe it was a different way they could have went about it. I'm not sure what way that was, but I wish it were just handled a bit differently.
Yeah.
Like, what if we took that and applied it to your scholarship? Oh, okay, well, you already got a full ride. Okay, well, let's take it and you can't access this until this, something like that. Like, let's make it like a trust or something, or just to see if it was more about the future of a player and the investment of a player rather than we're gonna dangle this carrot in front of you that has money tied to it. So just come here and then we'll just ship you off after.
Some people need the money now.
This is true. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So put the type of situation I was in coming out of high school, giving me some money and putting it in trust that I couldn't touch for years wasn't gonna work for me.
Mm,
You know what I mean? Give me that money now. We need that.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
All right.
The garden that they picking these prospects from is full of a lot of, I mean, like I call the projects a garden, right? I call the hood a garden because in this garden you can get everything you need to make money for the country. Whether it's I can just send the police in that garden and pick a convict to throw him in prison. Now I got free labor for years. I don't know if you know about these private prisons and how much money they make.
Oh,
It's a big,
absolutely.
it's a
Because the
big
labor
time.
is really cheap. It's like
Yeah,
pennies.
but beyond cheap, but beyond that, because my cousin did time, and um he talked about how all the people who had these companies that kind of leech off the inmates,
Mm-hmm.
how, whatever system they got for commissary, that's a, that's a leech. The phone calls, everything that's involved in the prison, there's somebody who has a company that is just profiting off of it, and it's an unfair system, right? So everyone's making money off these people. So you just pick these people from the guard and drop them in prison, and they make the best athletes. So you just pick them from the garden and then drop them in your school. That was also free labor and free money,
Mm.
right? Money
Mm-hmm.
just getting it just off your talent. So everything you need in that garden is there to make so much money, and that's why I call the projects a garden, dog. Like they planted a perfect system to just fund all their businesses in America. Most of our military come from that garden as well. They're smart. That's deep though. That's
I
another
know
topic.
it's deep, it's smart, but it is deep. Yeah.
Another topic for another day. I just thought about that just
I
now.
want to talk about it because my uncle. I definitely
Yeah,
want
yeah, for
to talk.
sure.
Okay, so great conversation. Appreciate everyone who's in the chat. Make sure you drop a like if you haven't already. Subscribe to either Man Down Sports or subscribe to my channel. We love seeing y'all join the conversation. But we're gonna move on to all-star voting because we have a jam-packed show today. And that last column, that last segment is the people's choice, and it's gonna be your turn to share your basketball topic. We already had some pre-submissions, so we'll discuss those. But maybe if we have time, we'll also discuss anybody in the chat who has a topic they want to talk about. But
Yeah.
before we hop into that, let's move on to our all-star voting. Now,
Hold
all
on,
you
boo. I need
good.
1 second. Somebody,
Mhm.
hold on, hold on. This might be. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Okay. While Mel goes for a second, I'm gonna pull up like the All Star and just give you all the rules and what's happening with the 2026 NBA All Star because it is a new voting system and it actually has changed in the formatting as well. So let's start. Let me just. You can vote every day if you have an NBA ID. So, of course, they're going to make you create an account if you don't already have one. And you can vote every day up until January 14th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. And you can vote every day. But what's different about the voting this time is you know how in the past you had to vote per position. Excuse me. Now it's no position. You just pick 5 people from the East, 5 people from the West, and you make your submission. So you can have a whole lineup with like 5 centers if you really wanted to, which is pretty cool. Also, there's a 3-for-1 vote days. So they're saying you can submit something and it will count 3 times the amount on December 21st, December 25th, December 30th. Those days have already passed, but those upcoming double or triple vote days are January 7th and January 14th. And then how they calculate or total or tally votes nowadays is 50% of the votes will be from the fans, which is us. 25% will be from the players themselves, and then 25% will be from the media. And I was like, the media, like what part of the media? Don't know, but they just say media, whatever
I
that
guess
means.
it's handpicked. I guess it's handpicked media, like it is for MVP and all the other awards.
Okay.
So it's a select few. I don't know how many media members get a vote, but I think for MVP, I want to say it may be 200 voters for MVP, somewhere
Mhm.
close to 200 or something like that. So who knows what it is for All Star, but mm,
A lot. And then
yeah,
coaches will pick the reserves, 7 per
hmm,
conference. So there'll be
yeah,
14 total reserves. The All Star weekend kicks off February 13th, and the actual All Star game would be February 15th, and that will be taking place in Los Angeles this year, which
hmm,
is like the 7th time. By the way, this is the 75th NBA. I don't know why I say WNBA, NBA All Star game. So
hmm,
75, that's like a milestone number.
yeah,
Um, the new formatting, they're going to have 3 different teams and they're doing a round robin. So for all of you who don't know yet, there are going to be 2 USA teams and then 1 world team. And then what they'll do is team A will play team B, and then whoever loses team between that will then play team C, and then whoever loses from that will then play team A, and then whoever has the best record will then move on to the championship.
It's a possible disaster waiting to happen. But I thought the same thing about the Emirates Cup tournament in the beginning of the season. I just was like, this is the dumbest idea ever. And surprisingly, I enjoyed it this year. Like, so I mean, the first year I complained. Last year I laughed about it, like, oh man, the Emirates Cup champion. I laughed. This year, now 3 years later, it's turned into it's part of the NBA, and I don't have no complaints about it. It's okay.
It's a
So
little something.
yeah. So I never liked the idea of the world versus the NBA, and I hate the idea of now we're doing a round robin with 3 teams. That's not even a round robin. That's like a freaking triangle. But I hate the fact that they doing that. But it might work. You never know.
Anything's gonna be better than last year's.
Maybe not.
Last year was awful.
Maybe not.
I was so bored. They actually had more like entertainment. Kevin Hart. I feel like we saw more Kevin Hart than we saw basketball. Last year was terrible. And then LeBron.
We're gonna see a lot of Drewski and Casanat this year.
Oh, for sure. I'm looking forward to that though. That's at least Drewski. That guy's funny. Okay. Tulip says, just do USA versus World. 1 game. Boom. Hey.
The reason why they couldn't do it is because it's not going to be enough world to go around that makes All-Star. So that's that's why it's 2 USA teams. No, yeah, it won't be, because a team of 12 from the world, it's not going to be 12 foreigners get selected for All-Star. I mean, Jokic, Luka, Giannis, SGA.
It's more than you think.
That's I just named 4.
Is Denny Avila?
Avila would be 5. Huh?
Yeah. There's Danny. Then there's Schroeder could possibly be a reserve.
Now, he's not gonna get selected for all. You got to get picked for All-Star. You just can't pick a regular foreigner that's good. Like, he got to be selected for All-Star. And I don't think they're gonna have 12 to go around. Jamal will be 6. Okay, Jamal Murray, that's 6.
I mean, even if Giannis missed too many games, he's number 1 in the fan voting. That man is getting selected regardless.
Correct. So we got 6 that we just named so far.
Yeah. I can't think of too many top of my head, but we're gonna let's go ahead and move to the website. Bear with me, y'all, because I'm gonna have to like share the screen and then do some other stuff. But I didn't even tell you what we're gonna do. Mel and I are gonna in live vote together and make our decisions together for East and the West and submit it, and we're gonna talk about why we chose it. Just because
two brains, 1 vote.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can work together, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
maybe work. How's it look? Looks good.
I'm a team player.
That's what I'm saying. I want to see how well we work together for 1, and for 2, we have to explain why we decide. And it's probably going to be fun seeing us go back and forth.
That's gonna be fun.
And while we're voting, we want to hear your votes too, and tell us if you think we're making an egregious decision. Let us know. Okay, so to start off, where do you want to start? Do you want to start East, West? Oh, actually, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to pull this up real quick. All right, check this out. I'll take this off and just move it to this stage. I'm so efficient out here. I wanted to I pulled this up the other day just by myself, but Mel, I wanted to hear your thoughts. And is there anybody on this? This is fan voting. Is there anybody on this list? We'll start in the West that you think should be on here and shouldn't. And is there anybody who is on there and shouldn't be?
All right, let's go. Let's look at it. And this is the fan vote so far. So
this is first day or so of votes. Yeah.
It's kind of hard to say anybody don't deserve to be in the fan, because these are fans that are saying, now if this was the final roster, I'd be like, nah, he's not an All-Star this year.
Right.
But
this is true.
Yeah. So, go ahead.
Okay, sorry to cut you off, but I guess what one of the things it just speaks to is marketability versus talent. And
Hmm.
this is where decisions are made and people wonder why certain people aren't picked for things because the
Yeah.
fans don't like him, no matter how nice he is.
Hmm.
Like,
And shout out to because not only is Nikola Jokic and Luka getting American votes because they got a lot of American fans, their
right.
countrymen are sticking up for them as well, especially Nikola Jokic, who them Serbians, boy,
They're loyal, man. They don't play.
boy, man, they all over Facebook. Don't ever go on the Denver Nuggets or Jokic post on Facebook and say anything different than what they already believe. They coming at you, and you can tell where they from, because
Yeah.
sometimes you got to hit the translate button because they're not even typing in English, and then you can tell by the names like, oh yeah, that's one of his Serbian brothers right there.
Oh,
They not playing
absolutely.
no games, boy. You
Like, it
cannot
can
play with
legit
Jokic.
be his brother. Like, he can
Yes,
legit be related to him
yeah.
too.
You can't play. You cannot play with that. Hey, when he got hurt with that knee, that was like, no problem, man. We got the best type of medicine over here in Serbia for that injury. So they was like, don't even worry about it. Just come home. Just come home. We got you, dog. He gonna be back next week, dog.
Yo, no, for real. They gave a 4-week timetable for his ankle. I bet that man's back in 2.5.
He
Not
gonna be
even.
back
I might be giving it
soon,
2.
dog. He's a
Yeah.
tank, dog. He don't get
Yes.
hurt. He's a freaking tank, man.
I think he's good and he just wants to go home for a little bit. I'm just kidding. He
Nah,
just
he
wants
buckled that thing for real though. He
no,
buckled that thing.
it,
He was, and
it
you could
was
tell he was
nasty.
scared. He was like, "Oh, sure, I ain't never
Yeah.
felt that." He might
Yeah.
have heard a pop,
He damn near did
and
a roll. He did a
yeah,
stop, drop, and roll damn near.
and I don't know what that feels like because I've never felt or heard a pop. So especially my knee. The worst injury I had was a really really bad ankle sprain. Like, and that
Mm.
was my first time spraining it. And this was my first year in the Navy. I went all those years of playing ball. No, I'm lying. I sprained my ankle a couple of times before that, but
I'm about to
it
say,
was
when you
one
on the
time.
bench, you probably don't get hurt that much.
Nah, whatever time it was, I might be mixing it up with as a teenager in the Navy. I can't remember, but whenever my first time really twisting my ankle, um, I felt, I think I felt it. Maybe I felt some ligaments like stretch out or something like that. It was bad, though. It was really bad. But to hear and feel, I've been hearing people say that they felt the pop or heard a pop, like they can hear it from when they fell.
Mhm.
I don't know what that feels like. And maybe Jokic probably heard his knee pop, dog, and it scared him. So that's why he was down like that, the way he was.
Yeah.
So I
And
don't
then
know.
also on the
Somebody said
big man
I'm hating
pause.
on Jokic. How am I hating on what I said about Jokic
He's a
today?
he's a Joker hater, y'all. We're gonna talk more about that later. Okay, so salute Humble Sports. Glad you're here. Appreciate you. I'll be honest with you. When I looked at this and on the West, I was shocked to see De'Aaron Fox not there. And I'm not, I it just it kind of shocked me. The
Yeah,
Spurs are they the Spurs are doing amazing this year, and I think a lot of it has to do with De'Aaron Fox. He's
yeah,
playing
but
very well.
they took into account the games he missed early on, so they didn't get to see a lot of him. And
But
that
what
same
about
thing.
Kawhi? He missed
Well,
10
his
games.
name is already he got a fan base. His name is already established. He's already
That's
established
true.
All Star,
That's
right?
very
So
true.
and it's the same thing. If you notice, you don't see Jalen Williams from OKC.
That surprised me. Like, I just felt
Yeah,
as though they had garnished enough fans and lovers, but I guess people don't.
yeah.
They love
I mean,
SGA, which
you
makes
can't
sense,
miss
but
the first 18 games and then pop up like a jack in the box. And
that's true. No, what Jalen is very true.
yeah, which is insane. But Chet is gonna make it. So it is what it is.
Yeah. Now for the East Coast, how about Scotty Barnes? Because that he doesn't have injuries, and his team is number 4 in the East. And I know it's the East, but that guy can play darn near every position. So I just want to know
Facts.
why the fans aren't taking to him. Why is he not
Good
here?
question. I mean, for one, I don't watch a lot of Toronto games, and I
Yeah.
don't know if a
But
lot
they're
of them was
number
on TV.
4. We should be.
Yeah.
Toronto won the championship just a few years ago. It wasn't too long ago that they won the championship.
And that's why this system has to involve the coaches and the media, because they're paid to pay attention, and they're supposed to be professionals at this, and the
True.
fans are just emotional and they're not looking at it logically. So, but
Mikal
sometimes,
Bridges, I'm shocked to
huh?
see Mikal Bridges, bro. I'm not
Hold on, Mikael
Mikal
Bridges. Oh
Bridges.
yeah, he is on there. Wow. Josh
Yes.
Giddey is on there for the first 10 games that he was playing good.
The Bulls just always just make it into the play-in just like every
Bruh.
year, but they don't even move in position. It's crazy. Like they had a
Why
little run
people thought
though.
they was gonna stay the way they
I
was so
did.
good the first 10
I was a
games.
believer in Kevin
Oh heck
Herter,
no.
in Trey
Ain't no way.
Jones,
I knew that was gonna simmer down.
Zach Collins. I was a believer. I
I knew
can't
that was
believe
gonna
they
simmer
did.
down.
Nah.
Man, the Knicks got how many Knicks? Boy, New York is relentless. They got Jalen
Yes.
Brunson, they got Karl Anthony Towns, they
And
got Mikal
Josh.
Bridges and Josh Hart. Lord have mercy.
It's just a weird
Jeez.
East. This is a weird list to me, but it's the fans thinking. And then Franz and Paolo got in Norman Powell in there, which I like. I like seeing that.
You see my boy Michael
He's,
Porter Jr. in there?
I do. I actually am really glad that he's there.
Yeah, me
You were
too.
right. I'm not going to deny you that you was right. You wanted to have.
That's
We
what's up.
had this conversation in private. You want to have it in public. He wants. All right, y'all. I'm gonna say this out loud in front of you. Mel was right and I was wrong.
No, it's not that somebody was right or wrong. It's just I'm just
No.
glad that he was able to showcase it. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean? I was since you said that, Bree was right when we had our little debate about who's going to be the number 2 for Boston. I said it was going to be Anthony Simons, and she said absolutely not. It was going to be Derek White. And I was like, Derek White don't even play like, like he's not even he don't play like he's an option. Like, Simons is a scorer. And I was wrong. Obviously Derek White is that number 2. So and he's playing phenomenal. He got dunked on the other night though, but he's playing phenomenal.
It's been some crazy dunks this year. And we're not even in 20. Like, we're not, like, I would say this NBA has been the best NBA we've seen in a long time.
It's been good.
It's just been better than
sure.
what it's been. So it makes me excited. I want to celebrate it. Okay. Now, all right, let's get into high gear here. What we're really here for is this all-star voting. And I'm gonna be going off of 2 screens. So you gotta let me know like if how it looks, Mel, if it doesn't look good at times when we're doing it. And yeah, y'all can see my email. I don't care. If you want to email me, sure. I don't ever use that email. So I don't care. All right. So we want to start west or do you want to start east?
Let's go with east.
Okay. And again, for those of you who are new, okay, for those of you who, or we could go east west, we could go back and forth. It doesn't matter. But for those of you who are new to the chat right now, just join the stream. We are currently Mel and I are going to work together to build our east and west all-star votes. Don't worry if you think like, wow, you only get one submission. No, you get multiple submissions. So this is going to be fun. And again, it's new voting where there's no positions anymore. Mel and I can decide on 5 centers if we wanted to. Doesn't matter. Okay, but Mel, like, do you want to just go? It doesn't matter the position, or like, how do you want to start this?
Yeah, but like, this just don't matter the position. Let's just go.
Okay.
Yeah.
First person from the East, number 1, Tyrese Maxey.
I knew you was gonna do that. He's an all-star for sure.
Bro,
he's an all-star for sure.
Bro, when I watched him in person, it was a beautiful, like a dance. It was like it's just well needed. Without us having Kyrie, I'm not saying it's on that caliber, but he is so quick. He can blow past anybody.
Really fast. He's fast and quick.
Bub Carrington is a great defender. And I would even argue Keyshawn George. Those were the ones who were defending him when I seen him play versus the Wizards. But usually they have the best defender on him, and he's just blowing right by him. And his shot has improved drastically.
Yeah, you know what I was impressed with? I watched them play last night.
Mm-hmm.
And Joel Embiid had almost 40. He had 34, 35 points. he moved a little bit better. He's still not jumping and blocking shots, which I don't blame him because a lot of his injuries come from like high flying, putting his body on the line for defense, and people falling on his at his knee the way it happened for Jokic last week.
Right.
But when he was on offense, like when he's setting screens and he's doing certain movement, he's got a little bit more pop back to his game now. I haven't seen it I haven't seen it at all last year or so far this year, but last night I see a little pop in there. He's moving, quick twitch movements and stuff like that with his legs. So it looked like he's getting stronger. But he still can't be the number one no more. I don't think so. But this is what shocked me, and I didn't see the whole game.
Mm-hmm.
Down the stretch and in overtime, VJ Edgecombe.
You were shocked? I mean,
no, I wasn't shocked. I was impressed.
Okay, but you don't see rookies hit that shot though. I don't. I
that
don't
wasn't even the only shot though. He hit 3 threes in the fourth that were huge shots.
Yeah.
Before that shot in overtime. Oh, was that the shot that sent it to overtime?
I thought that was
did he hit a 3?
Was it Max hit?
It was well, whatever. With all the shots he hit was clutch, and then he made a defensive play that was insane. It reminded me of D Wade going to go get a chase down. It was nasty.
And so, like with VJ, what we saw at the start of the season, his offense presence was very impressive. But then as the offense went down, his defense was really became the standout for him as a player. He was always in the right spots. His athleticism, he's super smart on defense, and it's very impressive. Like you said, the word is impressive.
Yeah.
I think he's made things easier for Tyrese Maxey, for many different reasons. And I saw VJ sticking like the best players. He'll stick like the best players.
He was trying to stick Ja Morant. Ja Morant was taking it to him though, but he didn't ask for no double. What I mean? So I'm.
Okay, so but all jokes aside,
but why would he be your first pick though?
Tyrese Maxey?
Yeah, why would he be your first pick?
Okay, that was like a joke bias thing. If I could pick the first person out the East, I would put Jalen Brunson. And I'm even thinking like point guard too position. I put Jalen Brunson as my all-star pick as a starter.
Interesting. As a starter.
And I shouldn't go off a position, but I'm so conditioned to do that. I'm thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But
yeah, it's hard for me to pick anybody other than the guy who has their team number 1 in the East and playing phenomenal basketball in Cade Cunningham.
And that's Cade. Okay.
Cade would be my first pick. But I'm not mad at a backcourt of Cade and Jalen. But if I'm officially picking the first guy, I'm gonna pick the first guy, and I think it's Cade.
Cade, and I mean we're going off the starters, so
he deserves to be a starter 100%.
I agree.
It's up in the air with Maxey and Brunson. That's why I was like, it's hands down. Cade should be a starter.
All right, we'll go with Cade as number 1 pick for the starter. So let's go up. Let's review our picks. Right now, East and West, we got Cade Cunningham as our first. Should we go to the West or should we just stay in East?
Let's go to the West.
Okay.
SGA is my number 1. Who is your number 1? Jokic or Luka?
Number 1 in the West?
Yeah.
You know,
I know it ain't Ant Edwards. I know it ain't Ant.
The hell no. I don't even know if he go. If you want to argue that, I don't know if I want him as a starter. Hell no. And the Wolves are like I think they're like number 6 in the West.
Somewhere around there.
Something
but there's a lot of people at that same area. You know what I'm saying? With that, they got 10 losses and 20 plus wins.
Because the Lakers have been not doing that well, I'm gonna go with Shea.
I'm going with Shea as well.
Yeah,
me too.
All right, we're gonna review. So we got that wasn't too hard. I think when we get to these ones, like the third and the fourth,
I think it's gonna get tough.
Really have a conversation, and we talking starters.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move to the East. Number 2. Anything interesting in the chat? Because I'm on the screen. I'm not really.
Somebody said when they did their votes, they voted for Brunson, but then they thought they should have got Maxey.
Mm,
It's tough.
it's really tough.
It's
They
tough to
might both
go
make
some
it
of
in
those
there
guys.
though.
Yeah.
So
What
like what I
what would be
like
the tiebreaker? If
that's
if we say they even, what's the tiebreaker?
well, I don't want to always just jump to the records of the teams.
Mm-hmm.
Um, both of them are number one options. I really believe Jalen is their number one option. As much as Cat likes to catch the ball and immediately try to score every time.
Mm-hmm.
See, the tiebreaker between Jalen Brunson and Tyrese Maxey is Jalen Brunson's actually been to the playoffs, and he's actually gone really far. Whereas though Tyrese Maxey, we haven't seen him in that capacity yet. So as well as he's doing in this regular season, and we've seen him improve and improve, I would really love to see him, in a position where he would have to show up in a big time way when the
I
stakes are
get
that
that,
high.
but that's a little unfair to Tyrese because I mean, I don't know if we should even like. I think we should strike it out of our memory of what happened in the past, and just think
Oh,
about
because
what
just
what happened
focus
so
on
far
this
this season.
season. Okay,
Yeah,
I see. That's fair because we are doing the All Star for this season.
yeah.
We're not going to be like the fans and just vote our favorites. Okay. Um, what would be your tiebreaker?
Um, Performance, what I mean, and unfortunately, recency bias is very strong.
Mhm.
So from what I can remember, like if something came down to the wire, or something came down a stretch, and and Brunson played the hero or Tyrese played the hero, proving that they're the one for their team and all that stuff. They're the way heavy for me, and I can't remember no performances from neither one of them so far this year. It might have been very early on. I think Maxey had some big games early on, but I can't remember none of them. So that'll be my tiebreaker. Like, say for instance, for Jaylen Brown, what he's done so far this month, I think he's averaged like the most points in the league in the month of December. I think he's like averaging like 30 something points this
Mhm.
month. So,
Did you
and
mean Jalen? You talking about Jalen
Jaylen
Brown,
Brown,
right? As
no,
an
Jaylen
example.
Brown,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So,
Just checking.
Boston started out struggling. They didn't have their number. Now think about it. They didn't have their number one Tatum. They
Mhm.
lost Drew Holiday. They lost Luke Cornett. They lost Porzingis. They
Horford.
lost Al Horford. That's five guys that was in their rotation that's
Mhm.
gone, including their number one. And Jaylen Brown had the task of stepping into the number one role and taking his team to some type of success.
Right.
So that recent, what me remembering that's been a good hero. That's been an all-star. That would weigh very heavy in my head, and I don't have any of that for Brunson and Maxey right now, unless you can refresh my
Right.
memory.
Um. Well, I would say for Maxi that his team. I mean, think about it. You haven't. Is it? I don't know why I stopped sharing. That was really weird. Is it back? Okay.
Yeah,
For Maxi, they were everybody hyped up the Paul George and the Joel Embiid, but yeah, he started the season without either one of them.
correct. With a
And
rookie.
what a rookie. And this was before Kelly Oubre went down. And then
Mm-hmm.
what I noticed when you watch him play, the energy has then transferred onto guys like Justin Edwards, who's hitting threes in the corner and stuff, and for Andre Drummond starting to hit threes, and
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like that energy is fed from Maxi because he sets the tone for them.
Okay.
They actually had a better record starting off. Not saying Joel and PG are the reason they have kind of middled and haven't shot up there in the ranks,
It's
but
part of it's part of it. It's part
yeah,
of it.
yeah. They
You know
slow
what I
the
mean?
game down, and what I noticed because I got to watch Paul George play with them when they played against the Wizards, and I know the Wizards isn't really a team to super compare with their capabilities, but Paul George demands the ball every time, and it's
Mm-hmm.
almost as if he tries to be the number one when he's out there. So, and I think it messes up their flow, to be
It
honest.
does, but I think it's something that they can figure out. I mean,
Yeah,
they got a Paul George who's been a number one, MB who's been a number one in Philly in the face of the league. I'm not face of the league, but face of that franchise.
right.
Then you got a rookie with number one potential, and then you got Maxey who's actually playing like the number one. And so you got four guys that they're trying to figure out, okay, like I watched it in that Memphis game last night. Down the stretch, Paul George, Edgecombe, Maxey, and MB, all four of them got a chance to play Michael Jordan.
Okay.
And you didn't see that from the Bulls. They knew it was Mike. Like down the stretch, we know we're going to Mike.
Going to.
You know what I'm saying? We know we're going to Mike. And MB hit 2 straight jump shots from like the free throw line, which was dope. Maxey took he got a layup. It should have been an and one. You know what I'm saying? Paul George, I think he missed his opportunity. He missed his shot, but they all had an opportunity to say, okay, give me the ball. And on the other end, Memphis was just giving it to Ja Morant and clearing away, and he took all of them.
Got it.
So which one? You know what I'm saying? Which one is more confusing? Like, dang, like if I miss, then I know we're going to the next guy for the next trip down. Mm-hmm. And if he missed, we go to the next guy. And if he missed, we you know what I'm saying? Like they took turns. Right. And that can be very confusing. It could be a luxury too. They just got to figure it out.
Well, stats wise, Maxey's averaging 30.8 and his assists are 7.1, rebound 4.3, while Jalen Brunson's averaging 29.4, 6.6 assists and 3.3 rebounds.
Sheesh. I mean, Maxey was leading the league in scoring for a while until I'm giving my vote to Maxey as a starter.
I'm gonna give it to Maxey too. And this isn't even off of bias. This is just off of he has not let up, and it's not too many people right now stopping him. Yeah. If
my bias actually goes to Brunson though. That's where my bias go. But
bro, every time he catches the ball and he's in the free throw line vicinity, I'm scared for the other team. I'm terrified. He just doesn't, and he can have them. He's just so composed, and I think I wish Karl-Anthony Towns wasn't on the team, to be honest, but that's a whole nother conversation.
You wish they'd trade him for Giannis?
Yes, I would love that.
Crazy. That'd be crazy.
They would be unstoppable. Okay, so
Jokic.
far,
Jokic
over Luka.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Too. This is too easy. The first two are too easy, bro.
Yeah, too easy.
This is crazy. Absolutely. Come on.
There ain't even nothing to talk about, dog.
Let's keep going. All right. Our third favorite. Now
I gotta go with Jaylen Brown here, Bree.
I want to go Giannis.
Ooh, let's talk about it.
Yeah. Now the Celtics are doing way better than anyone anticipated. I mean, it's kind of insane how good they're doing.
Correct.
So I won't deny that. But when I look at, let me move this down. Sorry, I can see it. When I look at Giannis versus Jaylen Brown, and look at what we already picked, by the way. What are we gonna save the last two spots for bigs?
I don't know. We'll see. I ain't put no thought to it yet, so I don't know. We'll see.
This is why we have each other. This perspective. Just say it, like
I want to hear this Giannis take with him with Milwaukee sitting at the daggone 11th seed with a below true. 5 games below 500 record.
He's almost averaging a double-double. It just when it comes to Giannis, I can't deny how of a force he is, his consistency. There's not a lot of players that move at his position that he's so different than all the other guys in his position. Whereas though we see a lot of Jaylen Browns, we don't see a lot of Giannis's. Correct. I think you could put Giannis on any team and he's going to thrive. That's what makes him an all-star. And that happens in his current team is just god awful. That's really no excuse. But him himself, is that the right way to say it? He himself is a phenomenal player. Almost 6 assists with crappy players around you, and you're a center?
Oh, that's unfair. Don't call him crappy. That's unfair.
Okay, that's not my fault to Gary Trent Jr. My fault to Kyle Kuzma.
No, their point guard. What's their point guard name?
My fault.
No,
Kevin
Porter
Jr.
Nice.
Man, hooping, man.
No. The other
Hooping.
guy. Is it number 13? I forgot his name.
Oh, Ryan Rollins or
Ryan
Ryan
Hollins is
Ronald or
nice,
Ronald.
dog.
Ron,
Rollins.
the,
Is it Rollins or Hollins? It might be Hollins.
I'm thinking of the guy from Detroit. They're
He's
both their
nice.
names are Ryan, but I think it's Rollins is on the Bucks. What is it, chat?
It's one of them. It's right. It's Hollins or Rollins. It's one. It's one of them.
It's one of them. I think it's Hollins
How many
is on
games
the
has
Bucks.
Giannis missed? So we talk, so yeah.
I don't
So
think he's
we
missed
talked
that many
about
games.
Giannis and how great he is historically. Oh no, he has.
Okay, let me see.
He has. I'm looking at Jalen Brunson now. He's played 30 games out of how many games Boston has played? Boston has played 32 games. So he's missed 2 games.
Okay, Giannis has missed
Gian
14
and
games.
14 games.
And they went 3
Right.
for
So Jalen
11
Brunson
without him,
is
by the way. Let's talk about that. They went 3 for 11 without him.
okay, great. And that's phenomenal to show your worth to your team. I get it. But to show your that you deserve to be selected as an all-star starter, missing 14 games is not going to be enough when you're trying to decide for a player that only missed 2 games, who's number 6 in scoring, who averages 30 points. And what else? He's averaging 6 rebounds and 5 assists, and he has his team in number 3 in the East behind the Knicks and the Pistons. So you got number 3 in the East, number 6 scorer, missed only 2 games versus number 11 in the East, missed 14 games. And I don't even know like how many points. I mean, where is he at?
28.7 points. 5.9 assists, 9.7 rebounds.
And the points and assists are lower than Jaylen Brown's. The rebounds are higher.
His assists are higher and his rebounds are higher. But I get he hasn't played as much as Jalen has played. Considering you just brought it up though, that recency bias, this has been a great month. The month that Giannis missed and the month was the same month that Jalen went crazy. I do want to take that into consideration, that Jalen had to go stupid in order to get his numbers to this versus Giannis, who was just off, and his numbers been that. These are valid. This is a conversation. Chat, what do you think? Should we go Jaylen Brown or should we go Giannis? This is why you're here too. What are your inputs?
Yeah, somebody tell me Giannis or Jaylen Brown so far for All-Star as a starter. I mean, because we know Giannis gonna get voted in by the coaches. Like he just won't be voted in as a starter.
He's gonna get in. I wouldn't even put Jaylen Brown in my All-Star starter. I put him as a reserve. I just personally don't. I miss the old Jaylen Brown. I mean, this new Jaylen Brown is tough. Don't get me wrong, but I miss the before the max deal contract Jaylen Brown. He was so raw, man. He just hustled and he gave the game everything. Now he's just like cute. I'm gonna shoot my threes and be cute.
Well, how about this?
Smudge my hair stuff on people's jerseys type time.
How about this? How about 14 games? He can only miss 2 more games, and guess what? He will not be voted for anything. He won't be voted for MVP, eligible for first team, second team, third team, all NBA, eligible for defensive player, eligible for defensive player of the year, or defensive teams. He won't be eligible for none of that after he missed 2 more games.
Okay, how about this? Why is it that we're having a conversation about Jaylen Brown before we even have Jalen Brunson? Now, I understand I threw Giannis out there. And now that we're talking eligibility, I can respect that. I would then rather shift the conversation to Jalen versus Jalen. I would rather pick Jalen Brunson before Jaylen Brown.
I wouldn't argue that. If your next pick was Jalen Brunson, I would say, okay, let's go with that. But then my next pick is still going to come down to Brown and Giannis, and I'm picking Brown. So you want to pick Brunson now? We got 3 guards, and then we go with our last 2 guys.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter what position. So We could pick all guards if at the end of the day we know the
Yeah, yeah.
realistic
Hold on,
possibility.
go back to the other one, the other screen.
The East one.
Yeah, yeah. So after Brunson is Brown and Giannis, and those might be the that might round off the starters, unless we're going to have a conversation about the season that Jalen Johnson is having, which I'm not.
Uh,
I I,
I'm,
I would have to debate you on that because I'm not picking him as a starter.
I'm
I
not
think the
picking him as
top
a
five.
starter.
Yeah. So can we agree that the top five guys in the East is Maxey, Brunson, Cade, Giannis, and Brown? Or I think the only two guys that have a debate is maybe Donovan Mitchell, but he's not having that type of season this year.
I mean,
And
yeah.
maybe Jalen Johnson, maybe I don't know. I think
Well,
Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Johnson might have an argument, but maybe
well, I saw there was talks that Jalen Johnson, they're looking at him to be the next franchise, and if they were to trade the franchise guy, and if they were to trade, they're definitely going to get rid of Trey. So,
correct.
and Jalen Johnson's been playing like this for the last 3 years. This is his best season by far, but we've seen
Yeah,
the slow build of it.
he was having a season like this last year before he got hurt.
Yeah.
He was coming around the mountain when she comes. So I'm gonna just go ahead and do that. That's my five, Bree. Jalen Brown, Brunson, Giannis, Maxey, and Cade. That's my five. That's my starters for the East.
I'm not saying no to none of that. I still don't
All right,
really
let's
like.
lock it in then.
We're gonna lock it in. I don't like Jalen Brown, but we're gonna lock this in. This is our East,
Well,
y'all. We got Kate.
your like and dislike is strong in basketball. But you would penalize a player if and the reason why you don't like him be some crazy stuff sometimes.
I know,
Man, I don't know.
but I will give credit where credit's due. Like I won't deny it. Like I'm not gonna let the bias go so far where I'm delusional.
Right.
But,
I don't see that
yeah.
either.
No, I wouldn't do that. But you're right though.
All
I
right,
like what
West.
I
This
like. Okay,
that's a
so
dope five though. Yeah, that's really a dope five.
I'm feeling it because we still get height here.
Mm-hmm.
Look, like I like the height matters because when we go over here to the West, it's going to
Yeah,
matter.
yeah. I mean, Jokic won't be
Well,
playing this year, but he'll be
okay.
He'll be in Serbia getting that knee fixed.
So for the number 3, are we gonna do Luka? Or we gonna do Steph? Because I want to do Steph.
Does Steph deserve it either? Because I'm honest with you. After Shea and Nicola,
Yeah.
hold on, scroll down a little bit.
Okay, hold on.
Because Austin Reeves out playing Steph too, and Luka.
Well, Austin Reeves has missed a lot though. He's about to miss
Yeah.
missing another month coming up here, so he's missing like 2 months this season. It's kind of crazy, but he did have
Um,
an explosive start.
you gonna hate this,
Oh
but
God.
before I go Steph and Luka, I want to go Ant-Man or Avia. How you say his
I'd
name?
go Avia over Ant
I
Man.
really want to go Avia, but Anthony Edwards got the record over him. I want to go out, and I got Tiago Splendid for Coach of the Year as well. Even though they're not like destroying the records, like the job he done with Portland is phenomenal.
I agree,
Well,
but
I got
I
him in
think
the hunt.
them trading
I
off
got him in the hunt.
Aiton was huge for their culture. Because like young
Oh
guys
yeah,
like Donovan Clingan, who already like has leadership quality, like they needed
yeah,
that for their culture. And
yeah.
getting a guy
They
like
need,
Drew, yeah, I think
yeah.
it killed
So
him
who you like,
cancer.
Ant Man or Denny Avia?
To be honest, I would rather go Denny over
Mm,
Ant Man. A lot. It's a very unpopular opinion.
it is, but people just ain't. They've been sleeping on him, because it's Portland. I really like what he's doing.
Do you think Ant Man's really gonna get starter this year for All Star?
Well, what was his fan vote for the first ballot?
Let's
What
check.
was he, top 5, top 10?
Um, he's top 10 definitely.
Yeah, number
Number
6.
6.
It's very Well, shoot, no, I mean those Luka and Jokic votes ain't going nowhere. Steph definitely go. I mean, Oakland, Steph definitely go get the votes. Maybe Ant Man can pass Wemby. Maybe he can be voted in as a star. Who knows?
You know, for All-Star and like giving us a show, I'm gonna say let's just go with Ant-Man. Because like we gotta also think of perspective of an All-Star game. As great as Danny's been playing, I would
Yeah.
rather see Ant-Man in the All-Star.
Okay, so we got 3 for the West so far.
But I just don't want to pick him third though. Let's look at our picks real quick.
Here's
where we're at. What were you saying?
This is gonna be very unpopular, but the last 2 weeks of the Clippers and what we seen from Kawhi and his 55-point game and his 30. I mean, they beat the Lakers. They beat another good team the other night. Like they coming around. And then now the Clippers just came out and announced, "Hey, we're not selling nobody at the trade deadline." They locked in. They think that they got something. Kawhi knee looks good. I seen him dunk on somebody. Oh my God! Like Kawhi looks really good. I hope it stays like this for the rest of the season. But he might get some All-Star starter votes. But I'm probably gonna go with KD.
I was about to say, I think I want to go with KD. As a starter.
Yeah, me too.
Can you really imagine this next All-Star game and Steph isn't? I mean, this is not gonna. The starters, Steph is gonna be a starter. This is actually really tough.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be tough for the starters.
Yeah, people are just so used to voting Steph, which is crazy because I'm shocked that nobody came in and voted heavily for LeBron this year.
Yeah, he's kind of down on the list. He's like number 10.
Yeah, that's odd.
I think. Let me just
a lot of people ready for that LeBron era to end. Yeah, number 9 behind Kevin Durant. Sheesh, and Denny Avdija.
Yeah, that was
Sheesh, it's a lot of. That's 8 people ahead of LeBron. That's crazy. And Austin Reeves right behind them.
So but again, like you were saying, we gotta look at this season, right? And we don't have to look. We can look at the season as an entirety, and that's why, as much as great as Kawhi is, he wasn't even here at the beginning of the season.
That's true, very true.
And he's just starting to come around. I really want to look at guys who have been there the whole time, and this Rockets team is disgusting. It's despite their height. That was the one thing that they've been talking about. I mean, every team in the league should be worried about them come playoffs.
Man, they beating people on the glass so bad. It ain't even funny, dog. Like they getting like 20 offensive rebounds a game, and dog, they crazy.
So for our 4th pick, we gonna lock in KD.
I'm good with KD.
Okay.
And I'm good with Steph being the 5th pick.
Really, even over Wemby?
No. I forgot about it.
Yeah, I was gonna say wait, because this is tough this year. Not even having Luka in this All-Star is kind of insane. Not gonna lie. Let's take a look at it one more time. Should we take Ant-Man out and put Luka?
I mean, not for our vote.
All jokes aside.
Not for our vote. Like, I mean, come on now.
I think
he's missed 10 games and he ain't playing, and he's missed, if you count the defensive possessions, he's missed 30 games.
You talking about Luka?
He's only playing half the game. He playing half the side of the ball. He plays no defense. Like that's not all-star to me, especially not all-star starter.
That's fair.
I would go with Ant-Man, Wemby, and KD, and then unfortunately Steph, LeBron, and Luka just gonna have to be coming off the bench. It is what it is. We know it's too many people voting for Luka for that to ever happen, so we know he's going to be a starter. But just for our, what we value, I like the 10 we got. Those guys deserve it. They deserve to be starters, all of them.
Yeah.
The only one that could move is KD.
Possibly.
Because he got another guy that could be considered their number 1 in Sengun. All these other guys are,
So you think in the Rockets they would have their number one option as Sengun before Kevin Durant?
Sometimes you can't tell.
I look, I can't deny how and I love how Sengun, how active he's been. Like I just love his consistency, and he's actually not the quickest dude, but he still will step out there and shoot the ball from the free throw line, step out, maybe shoot a three every once in a while. But to say Kevin Durant's on your team and he's not the number one option, I just think we can't do that right now. It's not
I
it's not
agree.
too it's not too it's no.
I agree, but out of 10 guys that we got on that screen,
Mhm.
if there was there's zero question about who the number one is for Denver, OKC, or Minnesota. There could be a question if Fox is really the go-to guy for the Spurs, maybe, and then there could be a question if Sengun is for the Rockets. Now, for Detroit, there's no question. For New York, there's no question. For the Celtics, there's no question, and for Milwaukee, there's no question. On the East, maybe there's some confusion with Maxey and Embiid. So that, the argument can be made, but we know better. We know it's Maxey, we know it's KD, but the argument can be made that it's Sengun or Embiid. For the other guys, there's no argument.
Right. Well, community, there you have it. These are our picks for the All-Star vote. Make sure you go log on to NBA and vote too. It's all fun. You can vote every day up until the deadline, which is, I believe, January 14th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. And the All-Star game kicks off February 15th.
Don't forget to submit the vote.
Oh, right.
You
I'm
want
gonna change
to
it
change
before I
the
submit.
you want to change it for Curry,
You just didn't. I gotta prove I'm not a robot. There was an error in submitting your ballot.
The error was Luka's not in there.
That's exactly what it was. Oh, LeBron wasn't in there. We cannot submit your vote.
Oh boy, NBA.com is a hot mess, man.
Oh my
Golly.
gosh, bro. All right, I'm gonna take a screenshot of this so that at least we have it.
Yeah. Happy New Year, Jeff.
Yes, Happy New Year. Excited. I'm excited to final episode of the I was telling Mel, like I had the final episode of the year I had to have a guest on and it had to be Mel. He
I
has
appreciate that.
Thank you. Mel took me under his wing and really helped me develop my show. So I appreciate you. All right, let's
Anytime.
move on. What'd you say?
I
You
said
said I'm the
anytime.
greatest ever? Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay. So we're moving on to the most exciting segment I feel like of today. It's very new and it's PC time. It's the people's choice. PC time. So I posted on my social media for people to reach out and let me know what type of basketball topics do they want to talk about. And originally I was just going to take it into a segment, but then I got a lot of responses. So I was like, hold on, let's just make this like I was going to take a certain topic and then make it its own segment. But I was like, why don't I just consolidate it and we can have a discussion together about certain things that people want to talk about. I handpicked these topics because I feel like they're the most relevant and they might be just what people want to talk about. Possibly we'll see. If you want, drop your any topics that you might want us to talk about. We'll definitely, if we have time, to get that in there. But this is how we're going to close it out. So again, this is the people's choice segment. And let's kick it off with the first one. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The evolution of guard play in the league.
What
Is
you
it
think? You a
good or
guard?
bad for the game? That's essentially what the person was saying. And again, everything that I have typed is what people have sent me. And I just put it on the thing. Oh, and then just in case we might forget, in the lower third will be that topic. So the evolution of guard play in the league. Because I'll start off with some of the thoughts I had when I saw that was how the point guard and the guard have now blurred into one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And we see, does like a true point guard even exist anymore, essentially? And if we were to put someone in a point guard position, they're not just expected to play make. They are expected to score. And not only just score, like hit threes, like as if they're a shooting guard. And it just we just seen the evolution. I mean, when I was in college, high school, it was we have a point guard, she's gonna make the assist, and then we have or she or he, and then we have a guard, and they're gonna be our shooter. Like it was so
Mm-hmm.
cut and dry, and now it's just so different. So I like this topic. What do you think?
Man, I got a lot to say about this, man.
Awesome.
You
That's
want me to
why
go first? 'Cause I might be long. You want me to go first?
listen. I'm glad you're here. You're the special guest. Go for it.
All right. Evolution, all right, means it changed from one thing to another. Yeah, it's supposed to
Because
mean change
people,
for the better.
right? Because people are mixing up. Like they'll say, "Oh, they're a combo guard," or like, "Oh, that's a point guard." No, bro, they're a combo guard. You see what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like with the
Yeah.
whole connotation or notion of what a point guard is has shifted. And I don't even think people realize that there's a huge difference now because it's been blurred together. So I can't wait to
Yeah.
hear your thoughts.
So all right, so one aspect. All right, so let me start by saying this. There have been guards that have the skill set that these point guards have now.
Hmm.
What changed and what really changed is the way the game is played in the NBA. So the style of play change from team to team, and the coaches allowing and encouraging guards to play that way. Because when the Stephon Marbury's was a point guard that was a scoring guard, that was frowned upon, and they would always point to guards like point guards like J. Kidd and Steve Nash to kind of frown upon what Stephon Marbury was doing. When Iverson came in playing point guard like that, they moved him to the two guard, even though he was undersized. You get what I'm saying? So if you had that scoring skill set as a point guard in the 90s and definitely in the 80s, you're either going to be forced to play like J. Kidd or Derek Harper or somebody like that, or you're going to move to two guard. Now
Right.
they're encouraging it and saying we're okay with it. And that's okay. The only issue is that I think they went to the extreme with it. Right. So now we're encouraging it, and now we're discouraging what the post player was and what the mid range was and all of that stuff. So we're just spreading the floor and letting this point guard do his thing. And that's what our team is now. Right. And
Right.
I think it's a better blend if you could take what the 90s was and players playing in the post and a scoring guard and then kind of blend it where you're not going to the extreme on either one of them. Then I think I think that evolution will be better. So I think there's another evolve state that we can go to as far as the guard is concerned. I don't think that it should stay like this. I think they should bring back some of the inside and the post play and variety and not so much spread offense and not all that stuff. I think they should bring some of that back in and mix it and blend it.
I agree because defense now has become okay. Can you play the best one-on-one defense possible? Make sure you keep your person in front. We're going to switch everything, or we're going to go, spend most of the time in the paint if the teams can't really shoot. And we're not too worried about the backdoor cut because guys aren't really paying attention to it because it's, hey, we got a scorer as our quote unquote point guard.
Mm-hmm.
Or we just have combo guards that we have to go against. And so I agree. This has changed the game drastically. And I don't know if it's good for the evolution is good for a development of a player as a whole to the game on both sides of the court.
Yeah.
Steve,
And
Vinci is me. Oh,
go ahead.
good.
Now, what I was about to say is, do it irk you when you see a screen and a switch, and the big man who's a capable post player has a undersized guy on him after the switch, and the point guard with the ball has a big on him, and their mindset now is spread the floor, let the small guy take the big guy off the dribble. Where in the 90s is when you used to get that switch, the mindset was big man, go down low and post that mouse up. You got a mouse in the house.
Absolutely. It really does piss me off. Like that's what happened. That's why the Spurs were dominating OKC. You saw the switch with Steve. It was times where the matchup was Chet with the ball, and it was Harrison Barnes or Keldon Johnson sticking them. And even if those guys are capable defenders, it was even times Steven Castle, and it was just as if the Spurs were okay with living with that because they knew that Chet wasn't going to back him down, do a turn and a layup. The man was just going to do a running floater layup, maybe a jump shot from the short corner, or he's going to step out and hit a three, and you can't block that because he's 7 foot. And
Mm-hmm.
that's what they're relying on. And if you have young people coming up watching and you pretty much set the standard, then that's why I love Derek Queen. Cause he's gonna take you in the post and he's gonna turn around and do a layup. Like I
Yeah,
appreciate that. So, but Chet, we're never gonna really see that. No matter how many times they switch off, and they do it often.
yeah,
So long-winded response to your question. Yes, it pisses me off. Just for the sake of the game.
yeah, yeah. That
VC
was all.
issue.
Those was all good combo guards right there.
Yeah. Steve Francis, B. Diddy, AI, that first gen of combo guards. Let me know if I left any guys out.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's it. I mean, it was some guys before them. They got forced to play point guard, like Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. I mean, he was undersized, so I wouldn't call him a combo guard, but he was a scorer. And if he was able to put up 23s in a game like Steph,
Mm-hmm.
it would have been unreal. I think Mark Price was very underrated. Like, if Mark Price was putting up as much shots as Steph was, he would have been unreal. But back then, everything was played through the post or through a dominant off guard. And point guards really was in charge of getting the offense started, getting the ball to the players in the post and to the players who's going to take most of the shots. And every now and then they can call their own number if they needed to. So
And hit
everybody was
that
forced
shot
to
at the
play
top
like,
of the key or something. Yeah.
yeah. So it was encouraged to play like John Stockton, Jay Kidd, but Rod Strickland, Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, these dudes had Van Exel had crazy scoring ability, crazy. They just couldn't get the freedom.
I have a question. So because Shea has that point guard tag. If you look up Shea, he's considered a
Mm-hmm.
point guard and a shooting guard. Would you consider him to be a point guard?
Not really. I really like it when AJ Mitchell gets in the game and plays with Shea.
I
AJ
like AJ
Mitchell is a real.
Mitchell, what he
I
brings
love,
too. Absolutely.
bro. I'm confused on when I'm watching him if I'm watching a bigger version of Tony Parker or
Mm-hmm.
am I watching a more athletic version of Ginobili? Like he's a mix. Like he got a runner like Tony Parker.
Mm-hmm.
He can shoot it. He can shoot the three a little bit better than Tony Parker. So it's kind of similar to Ginobili. He's left-handed like Ginobili. Like when I'm watching him, I see Tony Parker sometime. I see Ginobili sometime. He is really, really, really a steal. Really good. And if he would have been playing in those San Antonio games, I think they would have had a better chance. He was on the sideline in street clothes for those games though. At least the last two for sure. I don't know about the first one, but he's a big. I love to see them on the floor together so Shea can be off the ball. But yeah, he's a two guard to me.
Yeah. What about I'm just gonna go down the list a little bit. Like Halliburton. What would you consider him?
Point guard.
What would you consider Steph?
Combo guard. He's a point, but his shooting ability and the way they run their offense centered around his shooting. They use him like a shooting guard.
So that's what, but when people say who's the best point guards in the league, Steph is considered one of them, which is just odd to me because, like you said, he's a combo guard. So then it just begs the question: we're just continuing to blur the line, and it's an evolution.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
true. What is Luka? Well, we'll say it at the same
I
time
think he's
on the count of three. 1, 2, 3, a center.
Combo.
He's a power forward. You,
Next topic. Um. Okay, so again, this is people's choice. People requested these topics to be discussed. Next one on the list is scoring in the last seconds of a blowout. Is it petty and disrespectful? Now, I wanted to talk about this because we saw the recent Giannis and we saw the recent Derek Queen. I think Giannis hit a windmill dunk,
mm-hmm.
and then Derek Queen did. He's from Baltimore, so. But here's the thing. Again, scoring in the last seconds of a blowout, is it petty and disrespectful? When I came up in my day, back in my day, it was told don't do that. Like if we were blowing
Mm-hmm.
a team out and we got the possession or you got to steal in the last second and you have an open court, just hold the ball. Don't even score it because it's disrespectful. Or if you have possession of the ball and you just passing it around the helm, you don't try to score. You just run the clock out.
Mm-hmm.
So I remember in college vividly, this girl Dom on our team, we were blowing him out. And she gets the ball and she just dribbles down and makes a layup. And my coach is like, no. And she makes it. And she's like, what? And she grew up in Texas. So I don't know if it matters where you're from, the culture, the difference, but.
So this is what I would say. Let's say it is, let's just say it is disrespectful because I think that's the consensus. I think most people, that's like the unspoken rule. It's disrespectful, right? Let's say it is disrespectful. Mm-hmm. Here's what I would say to that. What if I wanted to be disrespectful? What if I'm playing a team I don't respect?
Right.
What if it's a rivalry? Right. So the question of is it disrespectful? Let's say yeah. But is it wrong to do it? If that's the message I'm trying to send, that is fair game. Heck yeah. It's not disrespectful to the game. It's not disrespectful for the NBA. It's not disrespectful to the fans. Them fans enjoyed that windmill dunk, especially the Bucks. You know what I mean? So
they wanted to see their big man go up. Like they want to see Giannis go up like that.
So who's been disrespectful? Oh, the other team? Oh, well, guess what? Me beating you by 20 is disrespectful. That don't mean I'm not going to do it. That don't mean it's frowned upon to do. Like we're not. We don't have an unspoken rule that, hey, man, let's make it respectable. When we blow them out by 20, man, let's let them hit a couple of shots so it can look respectable in the final score. Hell no. That's not what we're professional. It's not direct league. So, yeah, maybe Giannis wanted to be disrespectful. Y'all, look, I came in, y'all talk trash and all this stuff. So, hey, guess what I'm about to do at this end of the game after we beat y'all? I'm about to windmill dunking in the final seconds.
Right in front of your
Live with it. Yeah, live with it. I mean, because what? Listen. When Giannis was playing on the road and he missed some free throws down the stretch and he stayed in the gym to try to get some free throws up before the bus left, and the home team, I can't remember which player it was, came out and was like, nah, man, you can't shoot on our goals, and told the ball boys to take the ball from them. That's disrespectful.
That is.
So if people disrespecting Giannis and stuff like that, why he can't come and windmill dunk it? Like we passing disrespect around. Like we're passing around in the league. Like it's people daggone stomping on people's chests. Like Draymond. Like people more mad about this than they were mad about Draymond stomping on Sabonis' chest. Like I can't believe the former players I heard talking about this. Shut up, because y'all always scared to say something about Draymond Green stomping on somebody's chest and pretending like he mistakenly hit Nurkic in the face when he definitely flared his arm to smack him in the head and all this stuff. No, that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? All I did was dunk a basketball and y'all couldn't stop me from getting that dunk.
It wouldn't have made it. It just wouldn't make any difference to the play of the game at all. The score. No. I mean, it just wouldn't have changed anything. I also when it was an unspoken rule, it was a spoken rule when I was younger. I immediately understood why though. It was like one of those things where I'm like, okay, I get it. I get why that would be, because it's like, why do you need to do it? But then to your point, like, what if you needed to make a point? I think that's the perfect, most respectful way to do it.
Correct.
I'm disrespecting you respectfully.
Yeah, Giannis' team is 5 games below 500. He just came back from injury, and he's trying to put a shot of energy in his squad and give them some character and some attitude. Like, this is our attitude. In order for us to get back to where we need to get and get in the playoffs, I need
Right.
y'all to be freaking grunt, disrespectful, don't care about nobody. This is what Dylan Brooks is bringing to Phoenix. Automatically, they playing different. One just a change from
Oh,
Dylan
for
Brooks and
sure.
KD. They ain't even
Yeah.
got Jalen Green back yet. It's just the only difference between last year's team and this year's team at the top is a switch from KD to Dylan Gabriel. Right? The attitude that Phoenix needed to have last year, Dylan Brooks is giving it to him. The reason why KD is working better with the Rockets is because Udoka gives the Rockets that attitude.
Yeah.
There was nobody to give that. Like, Booker wasn't going to do it, KD wasn't going to do it, and whoever their head coach wasn't going to do it. No one was going to give them that
Only
type of
Grayson
grit.
Allen really was bringing that attitude, but because he has such a like bad rep for playing dirty, it just wasn't
Yeah,
probably received how it needed to be.
yeah. And his whole hair gray. He looks like the next president of the United States.
His name is Grayson. He look like a senator. Oh, shut up. Senator Allen.
Councilman. That's his new nickname, Councilman. Councilman Allen.
He do look like a dad, like a 40
Yeah,
middle aged dad that you saw on like a Criminal
Congressman.
Minds episode.
Yeah, but that's my thoughts, man. Who cares? It's disrespectful. It's disrespectful. Y'all got beat by 20. So
Yeah. All right. Let's keep going. So again, we're doing the people's choice. People have submitted topics to discuss, and we are going down the list here. And this is the one that I reached out to you personally and asked you about, Mel. Is Joker top 5 of all time?
here's a news announcement. A lot of people gonna be shocked about this. I don't have him top 5 of all time, but I just recently put him top 10 of all time centers in the NBA. He's now reached the top 10.
Top 10 centers. I agree. Top
Top 10
5 of
centers.
all time? Heck no. Now,
Heck
I
no.
did want to pull up Joker's stats to kind of just put into perspective for those who like love stats and like love to talk what he's done career wise, essentially. He's 3-time MVP 2021, 2022, 2024. He was an NBA champion in 2023. He got 5 first team, 7-time rookie. He's only been in the league for 11 years and 11 seasons, and he was drafted 43rd overall, by the way. Just want to put that out there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 41st overall. And then he goes on to win MVP and all his triple doubles and stuff. I know you don't care about triple doubles, but he did make history with his triple doubles on Christmas Day. And then I wanted to talk about his like actual career stats. He's averaged 22.1 points and 11 rebounds per game. So his career as a total, he averages a double-double and 7.4 assists per game. And he's shooting 56.2% from the field and 36.4% from the three. And the last stat I wanted to just talk about was his plus and minus. Overall, his plus and minus. Well, his playoff stats. No, I'll talk about his plus and minus real quick. Now, yeah, again, all time, number 5 of all time, heck no. But in centers, yeah. Just for the position of center, not for the player overall. Question mark?
Top 10 for centers.
For this season, his plus or minus is he's averaging a 7.5 plus or minus.
Very good player. Very good player.
The efficiency is undeniable.
Yeah. Field goal percentage is cool. You know, especially the fact that his 3-pointer, he's shooting over 40% from 3 this year as well.
He's attempting for this year from 3. Yes, he's averaging 41% from the 3, and he's attempting 5.2 threes.
No, he's on the he was on a heater this year for sure. He was on a heater this year for sure. But
versus Dallas, he shot 10 and made 5.
Yeah, that's insane. And what he did against Minnesota them shots he hit before they went into overtime. It was like three after three after three. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like this dude, this dude is crazy, man. Here's the thing though: it's two ends of the
Hmm.
floor, two ends of the court. You know
There
what?
is.
You know the good thing about Jokic that me and a Jokic fan would agree with is that his shooting splits are unreal and his offensive package is unreal. Like he's scoring in the post at an elite level. He's shooting it from all over the floor at the elite level. Like you know what I mean? Like he's from three. He's just as dangerous as is leaving Dirk open back there this year, right?
Well, one comment I heard people say though about Joker and his offense is like, well, it's easy to have that type of offense when they're running it through you. When the whole offense is completely ran through you.
No, that's
Why
that's
wouldn't
that's for
you be
his assist
offensively
numbers. That's
proficient?
not for his shooting splits and his scoring. His shooting splits
Right.
and his scoring makes him great and puts him in a great category. What is confusing people is the fact that he's also getting double digit assists and they're putting the fact that he's getting triple doubles above a player that he shouldn't be above because that player didn't get triple doubles. Like, say for instance, what Tim Duncan did was phenomenal on offense as well. Elite in the post, just elite overall player, right?
Yes.
Wasn't shooting threes like Jokic, but you know, nonetheless elite in his own right. And it'd be easily to rack and stack Jokic and Duncan because you'd be like, okay, this dude won 5 rings. He's doing something right. You know, he's doing a lot of things right. So it'd be easy to rack and stack him. But what's confusing people is like, oh shoot, but he's getting triple doubles. So if the assist is the only thing that's really putting Jokic above people that he shouldn't be above, then you got to look at how are you getting these assists. Is it like why are the assist numbers so high? And for every point guard that runs your offense, he's going to get at least 7 assists a game. Like your team is taking 100 shots a game, and it's
Mhm.
all coming from your assists. So
That definitely was the case for Halliburton. I mean, averaging almost 9 assists, but their whole offense was we're shooting everything. We're pulling.
correct. Yeah. And I'm creating everything off my gravity, and I'm making the passes. Like it
Mhm.
is law in our offense that I have to be the one to create these shooting opportunities. And for offense that Tim Duncan was in, it could be Boris Diaw, it could be Tony Parker, it could be Ginobili, it could be Kawhi, it could be anybody in that offense. It could be Patty Mills. Anybody in that offense can make a play for you. And the San Antonio Spurs was always at the top of assists for team
Mhm.
while they was in their era. That's what Popovich wanted, right? You know what I mean? So you could still get assists by generating it through an entire team, and nobody on that team is like a rock star Magic Johnson passer. So how are we achieving more assists than anybody else in the league? Because it's a philosophy that we have. Now,
Right.
most teams' philosophy, like D'Antoni and whoever else is coaching Luka or Jokic, is saying, no, we want Steve Nash to generate every assist. We want Jokic to generate every assist. We want Luka to generate every assist. We want Harden to generate every assist, or Westbrook. So when your offense is designed for only one person to get an assist, it's not that impressive that you get 10. It's
Okay,
just
yeah.
not. You got 4 quarters and 100 shots to get 10 assists. So I can't use that to separate him from a Tim Duncan or Patrick Ewing or Hakeem Olajuwon or none of these guys. Like I just can't, because nobody else was dumb enough. Like notice all those guys like Hakeem, Duncan, Shaq, all these dudes got multiple rings and they don't average a triple double. So what good is a triple double if I can get more rings playing a different way? Like think about all the guys who were the best player in the league. When you
Mhm.
go back to Hakeem, Jordan, Shaq, Kobe, Duncan, you can even throw LeBron in there. When they were even throw Steph in there. When they were the best player in the league, they were able to get 2 things: a season where they had 60 plus wins, where they was hands down the best team in the league, and multiple rings. And so far for Jokic, we don't have no 60 plus wins seasons, and we don't have multiple rings. So how are you the best player in the league and you can't achieve those things?
Right. And you're saying it can easily be overshadowed or taken out of context because of the triple doubles.
Correct. It's fool's gold. Now, if he decided to say, you know what, I'm spending too much energy on offense, let me just dominate the post and score. Every now and then I can, do my high post thing where we can get into our split actions where I got my back to the basket at the top of the key and, running the split action, every now and then. But for the most part, I want my point guard to run the offense and my backup point guard to run the offense, right? I'm going to dominate in the post like Tim Duncan and Shaq. You can't stop me down here. I'm getting 30 points. So I don't have to do so much on offense. That gives me more energy where I can actually play some defense. Right. I'm gonna put more effort on defense than I do on offense. And that's how championship teams win.
That's probably what's actually happening with Joker. I honestly don't think he's incapable of playing good defense, but maybe you're right. I mean, he's a huge guy. He's tired. And the whole entire offense is running through him.
Yeah. And he don't miss a lot of games and he don't get hurt often. So you can't and he's not the greatest in shape guy. Well, I ain't gonna say he's not in shape because, when you look at his legs and like he's muscle, right? So, you know what I'm saying? He just got a different body type. So I think he's in shape. He got good cardio and all that stuff. But he's a big guy, so you can't run him to the ground. So asking him to do all that offense, that's why they're okay with him not putting that much energy on defense. And they're putting it on his teammates to say, hey, you have to cover for this guy.
Right.
Because he's doing so much on offense, it's only right that you cover for him on defense to let him kind of relax and stuff like that. And I think that's a horrible formula. Like you can't have your best player be the one that's getting covered for on defense. Like that's it just sends the wrong message. It messes everything up. The balance is off. All of it is jacked up. And then furthermore, if you look at it this way, man, it was one thing I had in my. It just slipped my mind. My bad. It'll come back to me. Go ahead.
I was gonna move on to the next topic, but I don't want to. If you have a thought about,
well, I can't. I'm trying to think. I had a point I wanted to make about defense, and it's slipping my mind. It was a good point too, but I maybe I'll come back later.
You were talking about maybe the physicality, how big he is, or maybe the impact it has when he doesn't play the defense, or if you're a center. But here's the thing: if you're a center, you're not really going to be guarding most of the time the best person on the team. So I do want to put that into perspective too. The game is changing though. So the person with the center tag, quote unquote, since tags aren't going to matter soon, the person that is the center tag, they're not usually going to be the best one on the team, but doesn't excuse
right. But you're the last line of defense and the anchor because that's what the center position is, right? Right. So you play soccer, right?
Well, actually, yeah, I played lacrosse and I did soccer, but lacrosse kind of same thing. But like the last, well, not the same thing, but the setup. But actually, I can argue that back because the way the game has changed, the centers don't even find themselves in the paint anymore. So with certain offenses, yeah, sure, you're the last one out. Like maybe if you have a guy like Luke Cornett, who his whole presence is built on make sure you rotate well and you cover it. Yes, traditionally, yes. But
then your center, if your center is not your last line of defense, then you don't have a center, right? You just got to open net. So if you're playing soccer and your philosophy is, hey, we don't have a goalie, we got to open net. We just playing some type of zone.
It's my philosophy. I'm looking at the current state of the game.
Right. But that should never be the state of the game. You know what I'm saying? Like no one would ever change soccer and say, you know what, let's see if we can play without a goalie. Let's see if we can bring the goalie out of the net. Right. And I've seen that before. And I didn't even know this was possible when I was coaching my son. No, not coaching my son, but when my son was playing on the soccer team, he was at his tournament.
Yeah.
And his team flew in for the Philippines and they had a goalie show up looking like a rock star. He had a mohawk. It was dyed. He had parts everywhere. Little Filipino kid, right? Mm-hmm. And very athletic. You can look at him and tell, man, it's probably the most athletic kid on the field other than my son, of course, right?
Of course.
And I remember this dude that was coming down on a break, and somebody did a cross pass, and the goalie came out of the net, intercepted the pass, and took it all the way down to the other goal and scored. I've never seen that before in my life. I said, is that legal? Because I'm new to soccer, right? My son
Right.
was only
It's totally legal.
eight or
Yeah.
nine at the time. I said,
Yeah.
is that legal? The goalie can do that? It was like, yeah. But he left the net wide open. And the goalie is the only person who can touch the ball with their hands. So if he missed that goal and we came back down, whoever protected the net can only do it with their feet.
Mm-hmm.
So that's tough. So when you're bringing your goalie out of the net, it's not good soccer. That's bad soccer. And when you're bringing your center out of the paint from protect you, like you're the tallest person on the court, the biggest guy on the court. You're supposed to protect the net. If
Right.
you're not doing that, you can't like that was a steal for the goalie. So what if he did that like 5 times a game and got 5 steals? That looks phenomenal.
Right.
But what if he gave up 5 points because he was out of the net because he done it like 10 times? So
It's
five
kind of
times he got a
crazy. Like,
steal.
yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
chill,
but
bro.
you right. So Jokic is getting 1.8 steals a game, and everybody's saying he's a great defender because he's getting 1.8 steals. But you're not supposed to be getting them steals. You're supposed to be protecting the net. Block a
You're
shot.
supposed to be getting blocked. How many blocks
Look,
was he getting?
I just remember the point I was trying to make.
Okay,
I
there we
watched
go.
the game. I watched the game, and this is the last point we can move on. I watched the
Yeah.
game, and Jokic gave up so many layups at the rim, and I was
Were you
like, man, he
counting?
is. I mean, it was unreal, and it was late in the game, giving them up late, and I'm like, man,
Jokic had 3 blocks versus the Utah.
sure, right? that don't happen often, right? But listen, he gave up so many layups at the rim and dunks, and now he wasn't
Mm,
even like he was letting them go. Like once they get in the paint, it was like, okay, that's a score. Like no foul, no hard foul, no swiping at the ball, no jumping, none of that. Just they got in there. My guy let him in, score, right? And I'm like, is he in foul trouble? It's the fourth quarter. I looked at it. This dude had 1 foul.
mm.
So he's not even giving his fouls up because he think he's so important to which he is, because the
He
way they
is.
designed the offense won't run. And we get to watch them play Toronto tonight, but the offense don't run because the whole offense is him. They designed it that way. So they got to create a whole new offense now that Jokic is hurt, because they don't
Right.
have an offense without Jokic. That's why his own off minutes is so
Well,
lopsided.
we'll see. We'll see Jamal step up in a big way, and then
It's gonna take a while for them to adjust to it, though, because now Jamal is the number one scorer, and
Jamal,
now
and
we
then
got to figure out
probably
who's gonna be
get
the
Tim,
distributor.
and Tim's gonna contribute. Maybe Peyton.
Correct, but
Then
what
you got
offense are they running?
who's their big. That's a great question.
Valanciunas.
I feel like they'll
Valanciunas.
probably do a lot of high picks.
They're gonna try to use Valanciunas
But
like
some off.
Jokic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and Valanciunas, he sets good screens. They're definitely gonna use
he
him a
does,
lot,
and he's
and
a
then
decent
probably
passer.
have Tim ready for that shot. So what you say?
It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. They don't have a backup plan for not having Jokic,
Well,
and
the
that's
good
their
news
fault.
about them playing the Raptors, well, not good news. I don't know if Pirtle's out, but Raptors aren't even that big of a team. So they
I,
don't have
I
to
just
worry
seen
too much about.
I just seen Scotty Barnes get 25 rebounds against Golden State.
Bruh,
25,
Scotty is a
25,
beast, bro.
25,
A
25, Bree.
beast. Oh
25.
my gosh, I can't believe the fans aren't like. When I submit mine, I might put Scotty in there every time just to do it.
Mm.
But
All right, I'm off my
all right,
soapbox.
let's keep going. Uh, again, this is People's Choice, and we are going down the list here of topics that the people wanted to talk about. So we're talking about it. Our dark horse team. Now they said to go to the finals, but it's okay if we just talk about going to the playoffs because you know how hard it is for a dark horse team to go to the
No, let's
finals.
accept the challenge.
Okay.
Let's
Okay.
pick a dark horse team
It's
to the
the people's
finals.
choice, right? Get the
And look,
people what they want.
and we gonna accept the challenge
All right.
twofold, because we're gonna pick horses for both conferences.
East and West. All right, bet.
Yeah.
Let's do it. In the dark horse world. I can
Dark horse.
I didn't really actually I prepared it a little bit. I got the standings pulled up so I can share my screen. And I can exit this because we're not talking about it no more. Okay, yeah. Well, this one. Share. Bear with me. We're gonna pull up the standings so that we could just see all the teams, just have them at our disposal. I know we can't see like everybody right now. Maybe if I zoom
Mm-hmm.
out. Oh god. Okay, we're just gonna keep it like that. Just know that the Pacers are at the bottom of the East. We're gonna start East. Um, we can see it, right? It looks good. All
Oh,
right.
let me hold on. Yep.
All right. Nice. All right. So I would say a dark horse from the East that could make it to the finals because this is what the people asked for. So that's what we're gonna talk about. And again, this is just a challenge. This isn't us thinking that this team could actually make it to the finals, but a dark
Mm-hmm.
horse, the finals. I gotta say it again. The finals, a dark horse. Would we consider dark horses anything below playing, or
I think
are we gonna just say anything below playoffs?
anything below a fourth seed because the top four seeds got home court advantage.
Okay, that's fair.
So anything 5 or below is a dark horse.
Okay. And this is before trades, despite all the talks. We know there's a lot of
Correct.
trade talks. And don't forget the Pacers down there, okay? Just wanted to put
Correct.
that out. Oh, there we
I
go.
think
This you can see both.
I think my dark horse on the East. If we at the beginning of the season, it would have been Boston, but they're in the 3 seed, so
Yeah,
they
that's
not in
not a
the
dark
dark
right.
horse,
Yeah.
right? That's high key right there. But
Mm.
low key dark horse, I would have to say it's a possibility that this dark horse could make it to the finals, and that's Cleveland.
Really
Yeah,
interesting. Why do you say that?
I think they can beat everybody in the East in the 7-game series, including the number 1 team, Detroit. Like, now if Detroit somehow was to get a legit number 2 to add to what they already got, I think they would be close to unbeatable in the East. But they're beatable because they just have Cade and a bunch of guys. Is like Detroit would be similar to OKC if OKC didn't have Chet or Jalen Williams.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So,
Yes.
the fact that they got Jalen Williams, who is someone who can take over, scoring if SJ is off, that's a plus. I don't think Detroit have that. So all those guys are pretty even as far as talent goes. It's just that Detroit's playing better basketball than all of them because they're playing on both ends of the floor very good, and being well coached. So, but Cleveland,
yeah.
when the physicality gets big and all that stuff, Cleveland could knock them out, just like
They absolutely
Dallas
could.
knocked out OKC 2 years ago.
I for me, like you're right though, because as I started thinking more about them, looking at everybody else on this list, the Cavaliers have been to the playoffs these past few years, and I think it would be a redemption for them too.
Mm-hmm.
Like they have something to prove. There's a chip on their shoulder, so that would make actually a lot of sense considering the current standings.
And they making a move at the deadline. I think Garland's gone.
Yeah, I saw stuff about that too. I definitely saw that.
And they like Lonzo. If he can stay
Yeah, but
healthy,
they only signed him to a one year though, by the way. Like a 1 year, $5 million.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they would re-sign him or it was like a contingency or it was like something, he's been healthy, but I don't know.
Is he on a minutes restriction? I feel like I don't see enough of him.
I think he always has been since he started his career.
That man got a plastic knee.
It would make sense if he were, but I wouldn't know. I would be surprised that his continued past 20-something, 30-something games.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird to me, but it's possible. And I think he's a great off the bench third unit for them anyway.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
if they trade somebody, who you think is going to be?
If they were to trade, who would it be?
Yeah, would it be Garland or would it be Jared Allen?
No, they're not getting rid of Jarrett. I don't see them getting rid of Jarrett, Evan, or Don, Nevin, or Spida. I don't see them getting rid of any of them. I definitely do see them getting Garland out of there and maybe even leveraging Lonzo. And that's maybe that long game for them. Package up one more person. Maybe a Sam Merrill. Is he still? I think he might still be hurt. Package him up, or even package up.
They got to go big though. They got to go big. They're gonna have to come off of Garland if they want something in return that's going to help them in the playoffs and in the future. Like and
and somebody
if
bigger
I'm them,
essentially.
yeah, I like the fact that he was an all-star last year and people know he can hoop.
Yeah,
But I don't like the fact of having to rely on such a small point guard for points in the playoffs. Like I already got Donovan Mitchell. He can play above the rim. He got a big body, so I'm okay with him being a little undersized because he's only like 6'3" as
yeah,
a shooting
he's
guard.
very small, but we
Yeah,
love when
yeah,
we see a
he,
Donovan dunk.
yeah,
No,
yeah, yeah. He were, who used to be like that when they first came in the league? Eric Gordon. Eric Gordon was very good. You're not going okay. You're not rocking with that. Okay.
nah, you're right though. His downfall should be studied.
Do you? So you was young, but I don't know if you remember. Derrick Rose and Eric Gordon both played in Chicago at the same time Michael Jordan kids did, and I remember they took turns destroying Marcus Jordan. It was like I was so pissed off. I was like, who are these dudes? Like I didn't, because this when YouTube first got kind of popping. I'm like, who are these dudes dunking like this and shooting threes from wherever they wanted? Like I actually thought Eric Gordon was better than Derrick Rose in high school because he was shooting threes from
I was a
wherever he
little
wanted to.
young, but
You was very young, yeah. Go back
this is
and watch it.
okay.
You gotta go study. You gotta go
Because
study
he
what they was doing
came
in high school.
home. This is before Derrick Rose then came back home, right? Or this was after he came back home.
What you mean? Where did he go?
I'm just saying, like,
I'm
I'm
talking about in high school.
they played together in high school.
Not on a high school team,
I guess I'm
but
just missing what you're saying.
so in high school,
When you were
Eric.
in high school,
No, no, no,
and
no, 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 no. Derrick Rose, Michael Jordan's son, and Eric Gordon were all in high school around the same time, and they played against each other.
oh, oh,
And
and then okay,
yeah, and I used to be mad because this when I first learned about Derrick Rose and Eric Gordon. I was like, who?
got
And I was rooting for Jordan's kids.
got it.
And I
Okay,
used to see them get embarrassed by Derrick Rose and Eric Gordon. They both was jumping out of the gym, but
yeah,
Eric Gordon was shooting from Jimmer Fredette range. And I was like,
mm,
who are these dudes, man? So I'm trying to find out about who they are because I'm mad because they destroying Jordan's son, right?
yeah,
But my point is this: I thought Eric Gordon was better than D Rose in high school. That's how good Eric Gordon was. That's how much he was jumping out the gym and shooting and being unstoppable. And then he ended up, I think, going to Indiana, and D Rose went to Memphis, I think,
okay,
to play for Calipari. But
yeah,
that's I'm just saying that because Eric Gordon reminded me, or Mitchell reminded me of Eric Gordon when he was in his prime.
okay. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but he not jumping out the gym like that, and he old now, and he barely get on the court. But that's neither here nor there. But dark horse is Cleveland, and I think Garland is the trade bait. And I hear Michael Porter Jr. is on the trade block for
I heard that
Brooklyn.
too.
Yeah, so imagine if I think anybody in the East that's in the top 5 of the playoffs should be trying to get, especially Detroit, they should be trying to get Michael Porter Jr.
That was actually
And
another topic that someone pointed out is like, should Detroit even trade for anyone? Like, is it
well,
necessary?
I'll wait for
But
that part.
oh, I didn't include, but we can always talk about it. But I didn't include it. But
Okay.
because the time we are on time, we're off
Yeah.
time, but it's okay.
Yeah.
I want to put my dark horse is the Heat. I think a healthy Heat is my dark horse because you got guys like Hami, Tyler Hero, Norman Powell, Andrew Wiggins, Bam. That's already 5. And I'm not even including Davion Mitchell, who we've seen even
I like
during
him.
that Sacramento run when they knocked out the Warriors.
Mm-hmm.
Before we were like the Warriors are trash at this, not trash, but this was before, this was a couple of years. So I just think that Heat team has enough experience on them, and when they're healthy, that they could be a dark horse. And
I'm
again,
with
if
it.
you're just joining, we're doing a people's choice. People's choice. We are talking about. Let me make sure I have the right one. someone submitted a topic and they asked, what dark horse team do we have going to the finals? We were just going to do the playoffs, but we decided to challenge ourselves and do the finals. Oops, I'm messing everything up. Oh, how do I get back
Is
to
Tyler Hero ever not going to be hurt though? That's what I want to see. That should be
it?
on a roll, but he holding them back right now by not standing on the floor, man.
Yeah, no, and that's always been the case for them for sure. That's what I'm saying. Like a healthy. I mean, they've sufficed without him to a certain degree, but he
Yeah.
just elevates them for sure. Like, no.
Yeah. I hope he come back and stay healthy and do his thing.
Yeah, that'll be my dark horse. Okay, let's move on to the West. So Mel's dark horse would be Cleveland. Love it. He even considered trades. My dark horse would be Heat with the contingency of healthiness. And I also heard trade accusation or rumors for like Bam, Andrew. So they are not. And wouldn't be surprised if the Heat were included in like a 3-team deal come the trade deadline. I would not be
What would
surprised.
Michael Porter do for the Heat team if they traded him for Tyler Hero?
Talk about it. Oh, I would love that. Like I think he would fit perfectly with that team. To be honest, that would be actually tough. And also, I forgot Kill War. Now he's
Khalil Ware,
young, but
I like
he's perfect size. He's exactly.
Yeah.
He can match up against these top teams.
Yeah, I mean, the stuff that we saw Evan Mobley do last year, I thought he was going to take another leap this year. He kind of took a step back.
I noticed that, and he hasn't even been hurt. But I mean, actually, I wouldn't say it was a step back. It might be a step back because he hasn't pressed forward.
Yeah,
but I am wondering what the heck is going on in Cleveland because they didn't really lose too many people. I mean, Max was hurt at the beginning of last season, so I'm just trying to figure out why. Why are they struggling this time, this go around?
I think this is who they really are, and last year was them having an out of body experience.
Okay.
Yeah, because who's having an out of body experience this year?
For team wise.
Yeah, like who's playing way above their head right now?
In my opinion,
maybe. So you don't think this is sustainable for the Raptors? You don't think they'll repeat this next year?
As much as I love Scotty Barnes and Emmanuel Quickley, unless they get their size together and their bench is I just don't see them give their bench enough burn unless somebody's hurt too. Like they don't have enough depth. You got Grady Dick, Jacoby Walter. I can't even think of anybody else that they go. Like they might go 7, maybe 8 deep, if that. Aside from injuries, they rely too heavily on their starters.
I think Phoenix is having an out of body experience right now.
But we're not on the West yet.
Yeah, for sure.
We thought that we can jump to the West at this point because we both said our dark horse. Let's go to West. Okay, so this is our West. Pelicans down there at the bottom, just in case if you can't see. Now I'm excited about it. That's why I saved the West for last. If we're talking about dark horses for the finals, I'm gonna go first since you went first last time.
Okay.
And I feel like your dark horse is gonna be the Suns anyway.
Maybe not.
Or maybe the Trailblazers.
Maybe.
Okay,
not.
Let me just say my pick. And again, we're going 5 and below, right?
Yeah.
Our dark horses to make it all the way to the final.
Yep.
Now, what you this might shock you. I might get people might be shocked right now, but I think I'm curious to see how Kyrie, if the Mavericks make their trade for AD, what they would look like. But my dark horse is the Timberwolves.
That's mine too.
Really? I just think I know that my Anthony Edwards take is egregious, but I'm coming from a perspective of I'm advocating for the guys around him, and they don't get enough attention that I think that they're due, because these are guys that I think have the composure, the defense, and the offensive decision making to make it all the way to the finals. But sometimes Anthony Edwards does way too much that I think could have been spread out, and they would be a better team if the offense wasn't just built around Anthony. If that, like, obviously you could build an offense around one person, but I think he takes away too much that holds them back sometimes. Sometimes
I
what he does is needed, but sometimes let's put the
yeah.
ball in Nas Reed's hand because he's going to make a great play. I think
I,
he's a
I
sleeper playmaker.
so I think you can run an offense through a player if they got a variety of ways to attack the defense. If
Mhm.
Anthony Edwards was doing 25% low post, 25% low post, 25% high screening roll with the ball in his hand, and 25% moving without the ball, then cool.
Yeah.
But it seemed like everything that he does is top of the key, high screening roll, pick and roll action. And when you do that, that's what holds that team back because
Yes.
it's just not that is hero fourth quarter basketball. That's not something you're supposed to be running from
All
tip
4
off.
quarters. He
No,
does it all 4 quarters.
no, because it gives the team too many opportunities to key in and figure out how they want to attack it. I done seen this for 3 quarters. There's no way you about to go down a stretch in a close game and beat us with that. Like we had to
It
be a very bad team for you to beat us for 4 quarters doing high screen and roll with Anthony Edwards.
it doesn't even give anybody else on the team a chance to even get, like, acclimated into any type of rhythm either.
Correct.
People chastise Rudy Gobert for his lack of offense. People, I don't know why I did that, but people chastise. They just they just comment and make these comments about the other players on his team, like, oh, he needs help and all this other stuff. Even if he had help, I don't think he would change his game. And one of the points I made was when he played FIBA basketball and he had Jalen Brunson. That man still played the same game. But when they
Mm-hmm.
didn't have him, and I know they just played the Warriors, but Julius Randle, I'm not a fan of him, but still, Julius Randle, Devontae, and Rudy all combined for 72 points. That would never happen if Ant was there. But imagine if you had Ant's play and add on the 72. They would be unstoppable. But
Mm-hmm.
again, Ant overshadows that and doesn't really give it an opportunity to happen.
Do you think it's Ant or do you think it's the coaching or
I
a
think it's the coaching
combination of
in the
both?
system. I think it's
Yeah,
a little bit of both
yeah.
because for Ant, him at getting at the age that he's had, the respect he's garnished, I just see him getting complacent in that and just being, oh, I'm that guy who can score. I would like to see you expand your game. And like you said, 25% here, 25% there, especially if we're entering into this evolution of guard play where
Mm-hmm.
to be considered the best, you got to do almost everything in every category
Yeah,
and you
he's
have to
probably
be
looking at like, dang,
versatile.
Luka's doing it. He looking over at Luka and like Luka doing it, LeBron doing it. Why I can't have the ball at the top of the key all the time? You know what I mean? But he's such a different athlete and such a different specimen. Luka, like he has to watch Michael Jordan and Kobe and say, man, how did they get points without the ball? He's got to watch some Rip Hamilton. He's got
Right,
to watch some D Wade. Like how did they like? How can I get 10 points a game without the ball in my hand? Like
right,
figure out, can you go back door? Can you come off a curl action or some type of screen, or were you off the ball and catch and shoot? Can you do those things enough to get 10 points a game? Can you get four, maybe 2 to 4 points a quarter off the ball? Right? Can you do that? Can you envision yourself getting 8 points at the free throw line? And then can you envision yourself doing some stuff in the post and then doing some stuff with the ball in your hand in the fourth quarter? Like you got to earn that fourth quarter takeover if
right,
if you need it, because you might blow the team out if you play the right way. So you might blow them out, but if you don't blow them out, that means, okay, coach, this is the time that I think Phil Jackson and Mike had a understanding where Mike wouldn't take over a game until it was time. Like him and Phil, like Phil was like, run my offense, run the triangle, find your points within the triangle. And if we're close in the fourth quarter, I've negotiated it ahead of time with Michael Jordan. Okay, everyone knows that that's your time. And if you do that, it's better. But he's coming out from tip off and Give me the ball, give me a screen, get out my way, and let me. That's too hard. You making the game hard as hell.
Way harder on yourself than it needs to be. And that's why they got blown out by OKC the last
Mm-hmm.
time they spent in playoffs. Even though they beat OKC the first time with that type of ball, the disadvantage OKC has was their youth, and it
Mm-hmm.
was just their experience, like, and they didn't realize who they were yet. Like they knew who they were, they just didn't find it yet. But then you come back, they found it, and they showed you how to get it done. And the Wolves right now, their system, they don't play like that at all. They're
Mm-hmm.
like maybe one of the only teams in the league I feel like that just don't play like that, and a lot of it has to do with Anthony Edwards. Not saying you got to mimic what OKC is doing to win, but a lot of teams are.
Yeah, San Antonio for sure. San
I
Antonio
mean,
look just like okay. I would call them OKC East, but they in the West too.
bro, did you see my live stream? I literally did
I
like a
saw.
copy and paste. I was like, okay, Wemby, Chet. Then I was like, hold on. SGA, De'Aaron Fox. Hold on. Jalen Williams, Stephen Castle. Hold on. It
Mm-hmm.
doesn't start there. Dort, maybe Harrison Barnes mixed with Keldon. Like I was, it was like what
Yeah.
Dylan Harper, like Ken, like Kalen, like it was just like, come on.
Yep.
Case and Wallace. Like I was just
That's.
like,
I mean
what the
that.
heck?
Like I mean, but shoot. I mean, it's very similar, man. And they, the philosophy is saying, man, let's do this
Yeah.
on the defensive end,
Yeah.
and let's have a team oriented offense with a star player. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Well,
man,
we'll
I
see.
I, I just I
That's
just want
my
that.
dark horse though.
Yeah, my dark horse too. But I want that high screen and roll, give my best player the ball, let him get all this. I want that era to end. As soon as
Yeah.
LeBron retires, I want teams to stop doing it and start copying what the teams that are winning are doing.
Yeah.
They got to get that out the game, dog. Because it's confusing people because now when we see the triple double, we think that's automatically greatness. I'm like, dude, you're playing horrible basketball. It's a reason why it's more teams that win that don't play triple double basketball than it is that teams that do win.
Well,
You
I
get what I'm
mean, the
saying?
triple doubles I think became super big when Russ came through, and then we saw
And
the
I and
point
I was
shaving. Yeah.
I was the same person you see now. This don't like triple double. I didn't like it when Russ was doing it either.
Right. I guess what I'm saying is it was glorified at that time.
It was, and he got an
And
MVP out of it. Yep.
exactly. So now I think
Monkey see,
as we
monkey
see
do.
more players do it though, it's
And what is
probably
it down?
another evolution to the game.
And what is it down for sure? What was the reward we gave Russ when he passed Oscar for the most triple doubles of all time? Like, what title did we give Russ?
This year he did it, right?
Nah, I think he passed Oscar like maybe. Man, he been past Oscar. He passed Oscar
Okay.
like a couple of years ago, maybe probably in L.A. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, but what did we like? What did we praise him or say? Hey, this means that you in the top 5 of all time, or you the GOAT, or
But
did we
Russ
start
has
comparing
always
him to
been the ugly
Jordan?
stepchild though.
Right. So the reason why I say that is the whatever reward we gave Russ when he passed Oscar is the same reward we go give Jokic when he passed
Yeah.
Russ. I don't want to hear nobody say this
Well,
means he's the GOAT. No, I don't want to hear it.
it's probably gonna come up.
That is already coming up. They're already comparing him to Jordan and saying like most people are saying he better than Jordan. I'm like, man,
Okay,
this
let's keep
this
going.
triple double, but it's the
Woo!
triple double though. It's
Okay,
like
the
everybody's
triple.
like, well, if the triple double is so easy, why Jordan didn't do it? What was the point? Like he was trying to win. Like why? The triple double is just ruining the game, dog.
I hear your frustrations. We'll keep the conversation going with the triple doubles as the season progresses, and we'll
Yeah,
see how
for
it
sure.
pans out, and we'll circle back.
Yeah, for sure.
But again, shout out to, is it Rory Ames? Yeah, we'll go Rory Ames. Said this is a nice segment of People Choice. What we're doing is the People Choice, and people submitted their topics that they would like discussed. And we just wrapped up with the Dark Horse team to go to the finals. Mel, for his East Coast pick, was the Cleveland Cavaliers. My East Coast
Yeah,
pick, Dark Horse, was the Heat, healthy Heat.
yeah.
And then for West Coast, we both actually said the same thing, which was Minnesota Timberwolves.
Mm-hmm.
And this was everyone who is listed 4, 5, and below in the standings. So So let's move on to the next one. I'm actually excited to talk about this one. Does Paolo Banchero having a bad plus or minus mean he does not fit on the Magic? Is he helping or a hindrance? So someone
Mm.
submitted in and wants to know, Paolo Banchero, is he helping or hurting his team?
Um,
Mind you, the Magic sit number 5 overall in the East Coast.
I will say this: I didn't expect Ben Caro to regress a little bit this year. I thought he would take
Right.
a step forward. Same thing we said about Mobley. So
Yeah.
it's just, but he's a really, really good player. So it just means that somehow, for some reason, he's off his game, and it's probably mental. And I think it's something that he can figure out. So let's just call it an off year or off first half of his season. Maybe he figured out during the season. You know what I'm saying? Maybe we see something different in the playoffs, but they just got some stuff to figure out, I guess. Um,
Do you know what his plus or minus is right now?
no, what is it?
Okay, he's minus 15.
Yeah, that's tough. Like I
That's
would have to
tough,
watch.
man. I'm
I would have
sorry.
to watch it. So,
He's
so
played
now
24
you,
games.
yeah, now
He's
you got me
minus
thinking.
15.
I need to watch a live Orlando game.
With yeah,
A
with
couple of them. I need to watch at least 3 of them
yeah, I
to
mean
have
for
it.
the NBA Cup playoffs, Jalen Suggs was going stupid. But I
Yeah,
was watching them as a team as a whole, and I'm like, this is the same Orlando we see choke in the first round of playoffs time and time again with Paolo and Franz. I mean, Franz is out, but still, Paolo is their franchise guy. And in these
yeah.
3 years, we have yet to see them,
He's got to figure it out, dog.
even
He's
with
got
their
to figure
trade
it
with Desmond Bain, which I thought was going to be an amazing jump for them, and it's proved to be a disappointment. And again, I don't know if it's the coaching, but for Paolo, he's averaging on this season, and he's played in. Let me just make sure I have this right. He's played in. Oh, yeah, I think it was 24. Yeah, so he's averaged 20.3 points, 8.5 rebounds, 4.6 assists in 24 games. But the conversation is his plus and minus. His shooting percentage is 44% from the field, and he's shooting
out.
23% from the three, and he's attempting almost 4 threes a game, and he's
He's
shooting
really
it.
off, man. I've got to see what's
Yeah,
going on. Maybe he didn't work out at all this summer. Maybe you know what I mean. Maybe he just took a summer off or something. Like he's like, this is uncharacteristic. I thought better of him, but I don't know what it is. But I gotta watch some Orlando games to get a real opinion. So far in the East, I haven't watched a Pacer game or a Wizard game or a Orlando game. Those are the 3 guys in the East
yeah.
I haven't seen yet. So I don't know. I don't have a real understanding of what's going on and what his problem is. But I figured out. I'm gonna start watching them.
Yeah. I mean, for when me, I've watched a few of their games, and even last year I watched them a little bit more than I have this year. But what I noticed with Orlando is they have every type of guy you could possibly need, but their system just doesn't really work. You kind of find I don't think they have enough good ball movement, and I don't know if it's because they have if Franz is playing and Franz gets the ball, you see Franz just pretty much go for it. Like and it's like the same thing with Paolo, the same thing with Jalen. Like I don't ever really see enough team ball with this team, and I think that could possibly be a part of their issue. And again, efficiency, obviously. But if Paolo is your franchise guy and he's not efficient, but the offense continues to shift through him, yes, he's a hindrance. That's a
Well,
problem.
yeah, I can't argue with that at all.
Well, yeah, and okay, but negative 15 is insane
Yeah. For your best player, that's
for your
crazy.
franchise guy is a negative 15. Okay,
Yeah, but you know what? I
what?
like I like the fact that Wendell Carter Jr. is still playing good basketball. I like him when he was with the
He's
Bulls.
been
I like
doing
Wendell
better,
Carter
yeah.
Jr.
Yeah, he's been doing better
Yeah, I
in,
like him,
fantasy
and he's
leagues.
with
I think
Angel
2
too.
weeks
So
ago, I said, "Go ahead, pick him up." Huh?
yeah, he's with Angel too. So
Oh, yeah, yeah. Look at you keeping up with the league relationships. Gossip Girl. Okay,
Stop it.
next topic because we're getting to that point where we've been on for a little minute here. Okay, the last one that we're gonna talk about here, just for time's sake. Excuse me. Goodness, why
Man.
are the Warriors? I
Oh,
know,
oh my
right?
God.
I'm glad y'all can't see me. I'm dying over here. Why are the Warriors so bad? What do they need? What do they need to change? Again, this was copy and paste. So tell
Man,
me,
don't even get
like,
me started. Don't even get me freaking started on that, man. Yeah, you can do a whole episode on this, but in the short, to make a long story short, they overstayed their welcome. Like, their dynasty was supposed to be over 3 or 4 years ago, and they keep trying to reheat cold pizza. Like,
I
how
got
many
two
times can
words
you
for
reheat it?
you. Two
What's that?
words for you. Draymond Green. Get
There
him
you
out of
go.
here. Get
Yeah,
that boy.
and yeah,
This is like the worst season I've ever seen. Like I think he averaging 8 points and 4 rebounds or something like that. But it's
yeah,
just
he's
time.
the
It's
yeah,
ridiculous.
he's the Trojan horse in this whole thing. Like, he's
Steve
the
Kerr, literally, Steve Kerr reminds me of a coach who is about to retire and has like 2 years left until they retire. So he just coasting through life. And they're just like, hey, whatever happens, happens. I done gave him everything to them. It doesn't matter what happens these next couple years because I'm going to be gone. That's like the vibe Steve Kerr gives me. Also, they made the least amount of moves in the offseason. So it begs the question, are they saving up to make a drastic change for the midseason? And then they're going to have like a comeback end of the year run.
um if you got to rely on a midseason trade and you got the highest paid roster in the league,
Mm-hmm.
or the second highest paid roster in the league, somebody doing something wrong. This is the third year in a row that they need someone to come in a midseason trade to save them. They begged KD to come last year to save him, but they end up getting Jimmy Butler. And the year before that, they was in the trade market as well, trying to figure out how to get rid of Jordan Poole. Like, they always need some type of hero to come in mid-season, but they always lie to the ownership and the fan base that as long as we can do X, Y, and Z, and if we can re-sign Steph and Draymond, then we're good to go. You know what I mean? Like, they've been lying ever since the Draymond Green punch. They've been lying to the owner saying we're not playing good because the locker room was jacked up, and the locker room was jacked up because, and this is stuff that came out of Steve Kerr and Draymond Green mouth. The reason why we didn't perform well last year after they got put out the year they punched out Jordan Poole and traded him, Draymond Green had the nerve to say during the summer, we lost the locker room because I couldn't lead the locker room because I didn't have a voice because I was trying to be Mr. Nice Guy after I punched Poole. But now that we got Poole out of there, we should be fine. So the next season, we good to go. Then they go into that season, Klay Thompson trying to get his new contract, couldn't get it, and they sucked again.
Mm-hmm.
And then
They lost Andrew.
Yeah, all of that, right? And then after that season, that was like, yeah, we got hurt because I think somebody got hurt that season. I don't know who it was. Yeah, we got hurt, but when we're all healthy, we haven't lost.
Looney, didn't he get hurt? And they didn't have a big
Somebody, I
man
don't know
for a
who it
minute.
was.
I think it was
They
Kevon
blamed it
because
on
then
injury.
they had to rely on Trace Jackson Davis.
Correct. And then last year, they was sucked again, and then it was like, we just need a second star for Steph. And then they brought in Jimmy Butler and was like, oh my God, we went on this run. We was like 21-5 after we got Jimmy Butler and had a top 3 rated offense. And oh man, we good to go. He was a heaven sent and all this crazy stuff. And then they got put out by the Rockets, or not the Rockets, or whoever they played after the Rockets. They got put out. Was it Minnesota? Somebody put them out. And they said it was because Steph got hurt.
I thought
Okay,
Minnesota
cool.
put the Lakers out.
Probably put both of them. I ain't no telling. But I think they beat the Rockets, but they were supposed to lose against the Rockets.
Warriors beat the Rockets, yeah. Last season, the Warriors beat the Rockets.
And then Minnesota beat them, but Steph got hurt. And it was
Okay.
like, oh, the only reason why we lost last year because Steph got hurt. We're healthy now. Jimmy's healthy. Steph is healthy. We got Kuminga back, and we added Al Horford. We're going to go on the run. Now they're not on the run. Now they need another trade at the midseason. Like, they've just been lying to the fans and the ownership just to preserve Steve Kerr and Draymond. That's all they've been doing. Grifting, lying, buying time, and this thing's
And
been over since the Jordan Poole punch.
I mean, they have the most loyal fan base. They make the most money out of all franchises in the league. They're number
And the
one.
crazy thing, the fan base carried over to the WNBA because the Valkyries
Are insane. Their fan base is I love it. The purple is so loud every game.
I wanted them to rig the lottery so Paige could go to the Valkyries so bad.
Ooh, I would have loved her
Man,
with
I was like, bro, y'all
Caitlin
got Caitlin
Thorne
in
and
Indiana, and
Veronica
Caitlin is
Burton.
going nuts. You
Yeah,
need Paige and Oakland. You need it. Please rig the lottery, and they didn't do it.
Janelle Saloon. Yeah, that would have been hard. I can't wait for WNBA to come back, man. If they actually do, I know we're kind of shifting the
Yeah.
conversation, but it was a lot of fun to watch.
No, it was.
Yeah, it was a good time. But yeah, the Warriors, they're bad. They need to change what they need a trade bad. This trade deadline, hopefully they take advantage of it. I'm curious to see what they do. I saw some LeBron rumors.
That's the same thing as Jimmy Butler, but worse.
They just need to get rid of Draymond Green. As soon as you get rid of Draymond Green, it's up.
Yeah,
That's
but
my solution. That's why they're so bad. Draymond Green
I think Steve Kerr is an issue too. But
and Steve Kerr. Yes,
I think most of Steve Kerr issue is that
he's an enabler.
he's an enabler for Draymond 100%. And I don't know if he has a coaching philosophy outside of this system that seems to need Draymond. Like this system, they've made Draymond just as important as Steph in this system.
Yeah,
That's horrible.
that's it. What he's brought to the team has been out of service for years.
Man, for real. Yeah,
His
for real.
non-stat stats, we don't need him no more.
Man.
Get him out of here. But yeah. Well, this has been a fabulous show. I had no idea it was going to go this long, but it's always a privilege to be on a show with you, Mel.
I knew it was gonna be long because I ain't did an episode in 2 weeks, so I knew I had a lot to get off my chest.
Okay, did you get a lot of what you needed to get off?
I did, yeah, I got a lot off my chest.
Well, guess what, guys? He is not done because Mel is gonna have his show coming up here.
I might go and roll and watch this Denver Toronto game. So
Yeah.
if I do a show, it'll probably be after that game.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna curl up in my bed alone
On New Year's Eve.
Yes, I can't wait.
You'll be sleeping through the whole 2026 if you sleep through the ball drop.
That's
Whatever
what
you're doing when the ball drop is what you're gonna create a new habit of doing.
Maybe I'll put some money in my hand then.
Yeah, just keep it in there.
Count money when the ball drop. How about that? That's what I need to do.
That's facts.
Drinking water and count money. 2026 all year.
Nah, for real. For real.
But yeah, it's been a pleasure.
Man, y'all might see me after the game. If not, y'all see me early in the morning.
I pinned, if you check the chat, I pinned Man Down Sports podcast. Make sure you go subscribe. If you're there already, come to my podcast, the No Bull Knows Ball, and subscribe. But
did you hit 700 yet? Did you hit 700 while we was on the show?
Let's check.
I think you at 703.
Did you already look?
I didn't. My battery did. My battery on 2%. I can't look.
My computer, I got that 8 gigabytes of RAM. Let me see.
Hold on, I look since you can't look.
It's look. It's about pulled up right now.
Oh, okay. 703.
I feel like you already looked.
I didn't. 702. I'm good. I'm so good, man. Why am I so good? I know it all. I'm like Santa.
All right. But yeah, I appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll try to get some of this clipped off and posted. Make sure you drop a like if you haven't already. And Happy New Year, man. Happy freaking New Year. 2026. I'll see y'all next year.
Oh, y'all.
I had to say it. I had to see you next year.
You so silly.
All right, y'all. Peace.
Peace.